This is the Supreme Duo and our boy just roasted this guy's girl. Girl was like, this guy is trashing me. Please teach him a lesson, babe. My man asked to throw hands and Shiny Boy delivered a vertical slash that hit squarely on his shoulder, but did nothing. The duo was confused, and that's when our boy reveals that he's the player named Zero. Why is that name important? See, all adventurers are hesitant because the most dangerous portal has just opened. They see this white-ass dude walking towards it and tell him to stop right there and wait because the best team in town is coming. Everyone's like, damn, this dude spent more on his gear than I will earn in my life. And that's when his baby doll seems to recognize our MC. He knows she's the ex of this body's owner, and she goes to his face telling him he's trash, who shouldn't dream of entering this place. But he just straight up asks if she's missing some back shots, and bitch got a scare. Then she glued herself to shiny armor and said that he was much better than a broke loser like him. And he looked at our boy like, yeah bro, being dumped hurts. But our boy literally said, nah, I've worn her out enough. You can take that used one. Like damn bro's spitting. Girl went crazy asking her boyfriend to beat the dude, but he's a scared cuck, and when he saw our boy's aura, he just pretended to no care and said bye. He was going to farm this rare portal and our boy will be a loser forever. Everyone was hyped up for him, and a dude said to our boy that poor people like them can never compete. He replied that any man can try to become better and stronger, and the other guy was shocked. He was really dreaming of having a chance. Inside the portal, girl was like, I got roasted like trash by that guy, so why did you do nothing? He lies saying that he has to keep a clean reputation for his family, but guarantees that soon enough he will kneel and apologize, while grabbing her worn out but thick dumpster. Some time later, our boy decides to enter the portal. Explosions were heard inside and Shiny Boy couldn't believe that they were about to fail. Everyone wanted to forfeit. It was suicide to keep going. But then when they looked to the side, our boy was like Batman in Gotham. Shiny got angry while my G just smiled. They shouted at him to stop right now, but he activated the final round of the portal, and everyone else there was pushed out of the dungeon. An armored scorpion boss appeared, and that's when he reveals that he also has an armored summon. Both start trading blows that heal more than they cause damage. Like 22 damage, brother. Ain't no one dying with that. Blocks, rushes, fireballs, explosions, blood, and smoke. Bro steps on the carcass and the whole city is notified that someone named Zero broke the record. Shiny and Shoddy, the duo, had their mouths wide open, but our MC said that this girl has more than her mouth widened, to be honest. They were asking themselves if it was him who defeated it. This should have been impossible, of course, so Shiny tells his goons to discover who the so-called Zero is. That's when we see why this dude is actually strong. See, he was a top prodigy a long time ago, like 100 years, but then he discovered that his class, a mix between a necromancer and a tamer, needed an absurd amount of points to upgrade, and for any normal player that would be a death sentence. The summons eat your energy. The upgrades eat your energy. Even breathing in this class costs energy. That's why nobody touches it. It's a trap for idiots. So he just turned on an auto farm and went to eternal sleep, like he's playing World of Warcraft. Then ages later he wakes in this random dude's body, opened a portal like it was nothing, and the system welcomed him back after being offline for 100 years. And the whole time he was gone, he was earning 70 energy points every single second. Do that math real quick. That's 221 billion points just chilling in his account. The one thing that makes necromancer tamers trash, he turned it into the reason he's untouchable. So what does he do first? Walks into the starter shop, drops every single coin on a 1-star staff. Everyone in the shop is looking at him like he's brain dead. Bro, you could have bought a full set. That thing is impossible to upgrade. Meanwhile, this man is dumping billions of energy points into it, upgrading it over and over until it hits golden tier. The staff that everyone called trash is now the strongest weapon in the server. Then he walks outside and one-shots a giant rat while every other player is scratching these things for 2 damage. Whole teams forming just to kill one rat, and this dude is deleting them solo back to back without breaking a sweat. People started calling him Big Boss. Girls started pulling up asking to join his party. This girl is saying she's a healer. Girl, you clearly got a witch hat. One group brought their whole squad trying to recruit him. Another one straight up offered to be his girlfriend on the spot, and our boy curved every single one of them without slowing down. Man's got a portal to farm and a scorpion to level up. He doesn't have time for distractions. He found his pet scorpion during a side quest from this injured NPC named Carl, whose family got wiped by scorpions. Our boy accepted, walked into the factory, and started deleting every armored scorpion in sight. He even baited the Emperor Scorpion into spawning early by killing enough of the small ones. And right when his mana was about to run out, 2 kill stealers popped out of hiding trying to yoink his kill. Except our boy was never actually out of mana. The whole thing was bait. He smoked both of them, absorbed the Emperor Scorpion as his pet, maxed it out on the spot, and walked away like nothing happened. That scorpion plus his golden staff plus the levels he was stacking is exactly why he walked into that rare portal like he owned the place, and why the incredible slash of Shiny Boy did absolutely nothing. He cracks his knuckles and tells them they better buckle up for what's about to happen next. So Lu was standing there with his staff raised, ready to absolutely demolish this clown, when Yao starts freaking the hell out. Bro's literally trembling, screaming, wait, don't hit me. Do you know who I am? I'm the president of the Supreme Guild and the eldest son of the richest man in Ingiriz. And Luo just goes, yeah, I don't care. And wham, sends this trust fund baby flying. One hit and Yao's armor literally shatters off his body. Right then our boy gets a notification pop-up. Professional Supreme Star Glory activated. The system basically explains that since this idiot attacked first, he's now marked as grayed out, meaning Luo's got a 10-minute free pass to absolutely wreck him without getting any murder penalties. Let me break down how this works for you. Normally, everyone's name appears in white, but the second you attack another white name player, you turn gray for a bit. During that time, your victim can do whatever they want to. You beat you up, take your lunch money, even straight up delete you and the game won't penalize them at all. But if the gray player manages to kill their victim instead, their name turns red, they get slapped with 100 sin points, and now they're basically screwed. Red names can't enter safe zones, can't go back to the real world, and have to either grind monsters for hours to clear their sin or just wait around to get jumped by other players. Oh, and when you die, you lose all your levels, all your experience, and drop a bunch of your gear. Anyway, since Yao's basically a free loot box now, Loop starts casually collecting all his equipment and props while Lin is just sitting there, absolutely stunned, watching her boyfriend get robbed in 4K. With that handled, Loop's ready to escort Irene to town and finish this quest. But before he can leave, Lin scrambles over and grabs his leg, begging him not to leave her here. She explains that players only get 2 resurrection scrolls per week, and she already used one, so if she dies here and uses her second one, she's got nothing left for emergencies. Then she tries the desperate approach, getting all flirty, like, "Remember me? We had something special. I never forgot about you." Loops looks down at her, looks at Irene, and just walks away without saying a word. Ice cold. Lin's face goes from desperate to absolutely furious, screaming after him as he disappears with Irene. Fast forward, and our boy successfully completes the escort mission. The rewards? Absolutely stacked. He gets an ice stick, and after dumping 22,256 energy points into refining it 144 times, yes, you heard that right, it transforms into a golden tier weapon called the Frost Scepter Destroyer. Sure, it ate up a ton of energy, but for Lu, that's pocket change. He also scores a normal grade pet egg, and since he's been hoarding a bunch of these things from all the monsters he's been farming, he decides to feed them all to his armored scorpion. Next thing you know, his basic pet evolves into a silver armored scorpion, an elite level beast. So let's take inventory. Our boy now has a 2-star legendary staff, an elite silver scorpion, and all of Lu Yao's golden equipment, meaning he's ready to take on the first alternate world's final boss. But first, he needs to restock on supplies. Luo logs out and heads back to the real world, probably planning to grab some potions or whatever. The second he's back, his phone rings. It's the hospital, and they're not happy. They're demanding 390,000 in medical fees for his brother Zhang Xiao, and if he doesn't pay up, they're pulling the plug on his treatment. Luo doesn't panic though, he just asks for their payment info and says he'll wire the money within 10 minutes. Luo figures he can just sell some of his golden equipment since that stuff's worth millions in the real world, and honestly, helping Zhang Yu's brother is the least he can do for borrowing his body. But then the system hits him with the message that his equipment cannot be sold or dropped. Bro's literally stuck with untradeable gear. Even if he sells every silver coin he has, he'd only get about 10,000, not even close to what he needs. So now Luo's scrolling through job listings looking for anything that pays, regular trainer positions like 50 bucks an hour, and the money comes in slower than a snail on sleeping pills. Then he spots this one post from someone named Remoro, and it's not our friendly neighborhood slime. This guy is shady. He's hiring a professional coach and is willing to pay 300,000. Luo's eyes light up, but then he scrolls through the comments. Apparently this same post appears every year during the awakening season, and everyone who accepts it ends up dead, like actually dead. Does our boy care? Nope, he sees life-threatening and 300,000 in the same sentence and thinks, yeah, that sounds like my kind of Tuesday. So without wasting a single second, our boy hits up the person who posted that sketchy job offer. A girl picks up and lays out the conditions. First, the student he's coaching is a complete noob. Second, he has to help them clear the entire first world. Luo listens and then casually one-ups her. Like, yeah, I can teach both the first and second world, but I want 390,000 for it. The girl doesn't even hesitate. I'll give you 400,000, but only if you actually succeed in teaching my sister. Then we cut to her sitting in front of like 50 monitors looking like she runs a whole gaming empire, and she tells Luo to get his ass to the Doomsday Town spawn point in 10 minutes, where her sister is waiting. Fast forward, and Luo's walking through the portal into Doomsday Town, thinking to himself how easy it is to solo the first world. But getting 400,000 just for helping someone else clear it, yeah, that's a steal. As he's looking around, he spots this girl standing there in a cloak with her hood up, trying to be all mysterious. Luo figures that's gotta be his student and walks over. Meanwhile, the crowd around them is gossiping loud as hell. Bro, even with the hood, you can tell that's the disastrous caster. Apparently everyone and their mom knows this girl, and they're all buzzing about how she and our boy are teaming up to farm some gold together. Luo forms a party with the girl and immediately goes into tutorial mode, explaining they need to complete 2 prerequisite quests to pass the first world, kill 1,000 monsters, and collect 10 coins. He also drops some game mechanics on her. Basically, she can't damage monsters that are 5 levels higher than her. Even if he beats them down to 1 HP, she still can't finish them off. So while grinding for the prerequisites, they also need to level her up. They encounter their first scorpion, and Luo goes full anime mode, trapping it with these massive ice crystals using his new skills. Then he turns to the girl and tells her to finish it off to gain some XP. She does, and boom, her level shoots up by 3 at once. But then the girl just stands there staring off into space like she's having some kind of existential crisis. Another scorpion charges at her from behind, and Luo has to sprint over, pull her out of the way, and kill the thing himself. He ends up holding the pink-haired girl protectively while keeping his eyes forward, watching for more scorpions. And in that moment, you can literally see the sparkles appear in her eyes. Girl's catching feelings fast. Still daydreaming about our protagonist's heroic profile, she doesn't even notice Lua telling her they need to keep moving to level up. As they're walking through the forest, Lua asks how old she is. She holds up her fingers, 21 years old. She still hasn't spoken a single word to him yet, which is already kind of sus. But what really throws Lua off is that she's been stuck at this low level for 3 years. Like all class shifters awaken at 18. So what the hell has she been doing this whole time? Man's getting suspicious. Then the girl finally pulls down her hood, and with visible gratitude on her face, she asks him to please just leave her here. She promises she'll still pay him half the money, but he has to swear not to tell her sister about any of this. Hearing her voice for the first time, Luo turns around and straight up refuses. Nah, I promised your sister I'd get you through the first world, and that's what I'm doing. The girl's face goes pale. She warns him that he really shouldn't do this, because she has the star of calamity. She's literally a vessel of disaster, meaning being around her means constant chaos, bad luck, and probably death. Instead of running away like a normal person, Luo gets curious. Hold up, what's this vessel of disaster thing? Tell me more. Because of course this lunatic finds danger interesting. Before she can answer, a whole crowd of players suddenly appears, surrounding them. They start hurling insults at the girl, calling her the disastrous caster who ruins everyone's lives. Apparently her forum post has a reputation. Anyone who accepts her request dies, a horrible death, but whoever manages to kill her gets massive experience and alternate energy as a reward. So naturally all these players are now looking at her like she's a walking loot box. The girl panics and tells Luo they need to run because all these players are way higher level than them. But before they can move, guess who shows up? That's right, Yao. And his whole squad come rolling in like they own the place. One of the random players tries to approach Yao to ask what's going on, but Yao just shoves him aside and walks straight up to Lu Wei, grabbing him by the collar with this smug-ass grin on his face. Lu Wei looks at him completely unbothered and goes, "What? You here to give me more free loot like last time?" Then he adds with a smirk, "Oh wait, you can't even use your resurrection scroll for another 7 days, can you?" My man really just reminded this dude that he got absolutely violated in their last fight. But this idiot still hasn't learned his lesson as he orders his goons get ready. So Lu Wei and the pink-haired girl are just standing there staring at Lu Wei, and he's confused as hell. He looks behind him and calls over one of his guys, Waku, who's been chilling in the distance with his sword out, ready to jump our boy. But then, in the most unexpected plot twist, Yao walks up to Waku and just starts beating the absolute brakes off him, screaming that he told them to bring something else, not weapons. A few seconds later, all of Yao's guild members are standing in a circle around Luo, and every single one of them drops a gift box at his feet. Lin immediately loses her shit, yelling at Yao about what the hell he's doing. Yao doesn't even look at her and just goes, "Luo up," which leaves her standing there with her jaw on the floor, hiding behind his own guild members like a scared puppy. Luo Yao clears his throat and tells Luo that he handpicked all these gifts specifically for him as a token of sincerity. Then he drops the real bomb. He wants Luo to work for his guild, and he's offering 500,000 per month as salary. The entire crowd goes silent. Everyone's shocked. Even Lin can't help herself and starts mocking Luo, saying there's no way a broke nobody like him could make that kind of money, even if he worked for 10 years straight, so he should obviously take it. In her head, Lin's playing 4D chess. If Luo joins the guild, not only will Yao be happy, but she'll get to boss our boy around again. 2 birds, 1 stone. But Luo doesn't reject the offer right away. Instead, he hits them with the most savage condition. "I only work with people who are stronger than me, so show me your strength first, then I'll think about your offer." Lin's absolutely baffled. She can't wrap her head around why this broke-ass beast tamer is turning down $500,000 when he's literally struggling to pay hospital bills. Luo looks her dead in the eyes and delivers the killing blow. Birds of a feather flock together. "Unlike you, I'm not selling my pride for a paycheck." Lin's face goes red with rage. Luo just casually starts walking away, telling them to move because he's got monsters to kill. Lin jumps in front of him and orders the other guild members to attack, but to her absolute shock, Yao tells everyone to stand down and let him pass. Luo walks right past him without giving a single damn. Lin tries to stir the pot, whispering to Yao that Luo's clearly looking down on him and he should do something about it. Yao just repeats himself, "I said let him go. Are your ears broken?" Lin Luo's up real quick. When she realizes Yao's not mad at Luo, he's mad at her. As Luo and the girl walk away, all the guild members are just standing there watching. One of them turns to Yao and says they should just kill Luo now since he already embarrassed their leader once and is acting cocky as hell. Before he can even finish talking, Yao punches him square in the face. Then with this psychotic excited smile, Yao says, "Sometimes struggling to get something is what makes it worth having. Getting things too easily? That's boring." Lin tries to act all flirty, asking why he changed his mind, since he was literally trying to murder Luo like an hour ago. Yao grabs her face and says, maybe it was when Luo killed him last time. Then he asks the real question, how does a poor beast tamer hit that hard? To him, Luo's definitely not ordinary, which means he needs to get him in the guild. Meanwhile, Lin's seething with rage toward Zhang Yu, swearing she's going to teach him a lesson real soon. Cut to nighttime. The moon's out and Luo and Sujin are walking through the woods when she suddenly thanks him for saving her earlier without even looking at him. Luo's response? I wouldn't get paid if you died. That's the only reason I saved you. Sujin just sadly says she still doesn't think he'll be able to help her beat the first world. Luo stops and turns to her genuinely confused. How does someone with such low self-esteem even post on the forum? You literally could have just not shown up, but you still came here and entered the first world. Explain that. The girl's face drops. That was my sister. She's the one who won't give up. I gave up a long time ago. Then she shows him her character screen, specifically the special class Vessel of Disaster. She explains that whoever has this cursed class can only kill monsters in a team. The only way to get rid of it is by clearing the first world, something she's been trying to do for 3 years. Luo's mind starts racing. He realizes that aside from the normal core classes, there are these rare special classes. If someone with a special class manages to overcome their limitations, their level can instantly shoot up to high class or even mythological class. But here's the catch. It's not easy at all for regular people. And if you fail, you're stuck in an endless cycle of suffering. Sujin sits down against a tree and keeps going. Since she awakened 3 years ago, she's made hundreds of attempts to clear the first world. Not only has she never pulled it off, but because of system settings, she's never been able to team up with someone who has a 10-level difference from her. And without a level 10+ player, there's no way to beat the first world's boss. Tears start streaming down her face as she stands up. Just leave. I'll never be able to pass it. But instead of walking away, Luo looks at her with total confidence and says, I'll help you clear the first world. That's a promise. Sujin's eyes go wide. She runs up to him and grabs his arm, her voice shaking. It's been 3 years waiting for this curse to break so people will stop looking down on me. Luo gently puts his hand over hers. Then let's keep going. If you want to pass the first world, we need to keep moving. So after delivering the dose of motivation, the gang is ready for the boss battle, since Sujin has now completed the area. They were prerequisite quests to unlock the world boss and weren't that hard. Kill 1,000 monsters and collect 10 silver coins. Easy, right? Well, for our MC, it is. Time skips a bit, and this dude's already massacred a bunch of monsters while casually picking up silver coins. The girl's just standing there with her jaw on the floor, watching him solo entire packs of boars and other creatures. She's thinking, what kind of monster did I team up with? After steamrolling through both quests, Luo turns to her and asks if she's ready to face the boss. She agrees, but he can tell something's off. She's hesitating, so he's like, what's wrong? She looks down all shy and admits that unlike other players, he's clearly insanely strong and could have easily told her to pound sand when she asked for help. But instead, he's here helping her clear the first world, and she doesn't understand why. Our boy, being the humble king he is, tries to play it cool and says he's not special, just a regular middle-class dude, and of course this makes her fall for him even harder. Meanwhile, Luo is internally sweating, thinking, yeah, probably shouldn't mention I'm actually loaded. With both quests done, the system pops up asking if they want to challenge the boss now or later. Our boy clicks confirm without hesitation. Because why wait? A demonic portal appears in front of them, and they walk through like they're entering a McDonald's. On the other side, they're standing in the demon abyss when the system drops the rules. They've got 1 hour to defeat the Berserker Swine King, and if they fail, they're back to square one. Redoing all those quests, the system then hands them some potions, revival scrolls and recovery items that are stupid expensive. Even though Luo knows he can solo this pig, no problem. He takes them anyway just to be safe. Plus, he's got a secret weapon, Luon drop armor that he's planning to equip on his silver-armored scorpion. With that setup, this fight's gonna be a cakewalk. Finally, they're face-to-face with the Berserker Swine King, this level 10 monster that's basically the gatekeeper between World 1 and World 2. This pig's whole job is standing at the Nightmare Source passage and murdering anyone who tries to get through. Sujin's hyping herself up, ready to prove she's useful, but you can tell she's scared shitless. I mean, it's just the two of them versus a level 10 raid boss. Anyone would be nervous. Luo notices she's freaking out, so he tells her to hang back and only help his scorpion if things get dicey. She starts worrying about him, but our boy just smiles and reassures her he'll be fine. Then he hits her with that classic protagonist line, I'm just going to wipe this thing out. The Swine King charges at Luo, and he responds by launching a super fireball right at its face. But this pig's built different. It's got skin thicker than a tank, so the attack barely scratches it. Luo analyzes the situation real quick and decides to spam fireballs until something sticks. He keeps blasting away, and eventually he manages to actually injure the boss while his scorpion is tanking hits like a champ. The monster goes into full rage mode and charges wildly at Luo, but he dodges it cleanly. For a second he glances over to check on his scorpion, and that's when the king makes another reckless charge. Sujin sees it coming and screams at him to dodge, but our boy just stands there. He's not frozen in fear or anything. You can tell he's got some big brain plan cooking. Man's really about to do something crazy, and our boy delivers because the second this giant pig bastard gets close, Luo hits him with the super ice pick technique and freezes the monster solid. But this buff-ass pig king isn't about to stay frozen. He's got mad resistance, so he breaks out of the ice like it's nothing, and lets out this massive roar. Sujin's immediately like, yo, heads up. When this thing gets pissed, it uses this deadly stomping move that'll wreck us. Meanwhile, the boar's already going ham on the scorpion, beating the crap out of it. Our protagonist is out here trying to get the pig's attention, yelling at Sujin to heal his pet because there's no way in hell he's losing 400,000 at this point. Even with Sujin healing the scorpion, it's barely doing anything against this tank of a boar. Plus, the scorpion needs actual time to recover, otherwise it's going to get folded. Looking at how bad things are going, they don't have time to wait around, so Luo's like, screw it, we're doing this, and walks straight up to the Pig King. He whips out his 2-star golden equipment and starts going absolutely crazy using both fireball and ice techniques at the same time. Sujin's watching this unfold thinking, wait, how the hell is he using both at once? That's supposed to be impossible. But our boy's built different. After a tough fight, they finally take down the monster, and this absolute unit of a pig is now just lying there dead on the floor. The system pops up congratulating them for killing the wild boar king, and drops some sweet loot, which Lu immediately starts sorting through. Just then a system message pops up, congratulating Sajin for breaking through the disastrous caster's class limitations, aka the Vessel of Calamity, meaning she just hit the core class Taboo Sorcerer Epic. Sojin straight up starts crying happy tears, not just because she's free from that curse that's been haunting her, but also because her level just shot up. 2 portals appear in front of them. The red one goes to the second world, and the blue one goes back to reality. Our boy immediately heads for the blue portal, because he's got hospital bills to pay, and nobody has time for more dungeon crawling right now. Sojin's confused, asking where he's going, and he's just like, going to collect my bag from your sister, duh. Cut to the real world, where this thick, gorgeous babe is chilling with a view of the city. When her assistant walks in, saying she got a call from our boy claiming he finished the quest. She's skeptical as hell. I mean, it's only been half a day and people have been trying to clear this for 3 years. So she hangs up, telling him she needs to confirm with her sister first before dropping any payment, basically dismissing him as a scammer. But just as she's about to write him off, her sister bursts in, all happy and excited, telling her how she completed the quest and evolved into an epic class. Her sister is losing her mind, praising her sister for doing something nobody in their entire family has managed to pull off. Then she asks how many people this guy sent to help with the mission. Sujin holds up one finger. Just one dude showed up. The next second, Boss Babe is frantically at her desk scrolling through the community forums like a maniac, asking Sujin if the person who showed up could possibly be the hot topic everyone's been talking about, that guy called Zero. Sujin just nods. Now she's biting her nails, gears turning in her head, thinking about how her sister and this Zero guy just accomplished the impossible, and that can only mean one thing. She needs to get her hands on him. Her mind's made up. She's calling an emergency meeting right the hell now because they have to poach this dude before someone else snatches him up. Anyway guys, y'all mind if we continue the rest of this recap on this panel alone? The scene shifts back to our boy, and guess what? He got paid. The first thing he does is send that bag straight to the hospital account. He hits up the hospital staff asking if they need anything else from him. Luo tells them he's worried about his little brother and wants them to cure him ASAP. The hospital staff drops some bad news though. His brother's condition got worse, meaning he's got to stay under observation for a few more months. And yeah, that's going to cost another 40 to 50,000. Hearing this, Luo immediately regrets not taking Luo's offer earlier, but right after he hangs up, his phone rings again. This time it's someone offering him a spot at the Misty Rain Pavilion Guild. The girl on the phone is Sujin, the vice guild master, and she's laying out the offer 30,000 monthly salary plus they'll cover his insurance. Since our boy desperately needs the cash for his brother's bills, he agrees to join, but with one condition: he'll show up for events and whatnot, but they better not mess with his personal freedom. Sujin takes this back to the senior members, and oh boy, they are not happy. They're all frustrated as hell because normally when you join a guild, your first priority should be the guild itself. If someone wants total freedom, why even join? Makes no sense to them. Every single member sitting there is against letting our hero in, but the CEO is thinking differently. Why? Because Sujin, who's actually Sujin sister, personally recommended him. So he asks Sujin what makes this guy so special. She drops the bomb. He's the one who broke our 100-year record by killing a first-world monster in less than a day. Class shifters like that are rare as hell, so they need to lock him down before someone else does. But the CEO is still having second thoughts though. Seeing him hesitate, Sujin, who's also at the meeting, stands up and starts defending Luo. Sujin backs her up, saying it's just a matter of time before they can work with his conditions. With both of them pushing for it, the CEO is left with no choice. He agrees to bring our protagonist into the guild. Back to our hero, he's already doing the math in his head, calculating his pay and bonus. It should be enough to cover his brother's medical expenses, so he's feeling pretty good. Then his phone rings again. It's Sujin telling him to come to the office to report for work. But Lu is like, nah, I'm good working from home. Sujin is getting real annoyed at this point, but what can she do? They need him. Plus, they're all in the same city anyway, so time won't be an issue. She reluctantly agrees to this term too. After hanging up, our protagonist is stretching, already thinking about the next alternate world since money's not going to be a problem anymore. Lu is ready to dive into the second world, so he walks straight through the red portal. The system welcomes him to the safe zone called Norden Town, located in the second world's fortress besieged undead. This is zombie territory, mutated humans everywhere. Just like in the first world, he's got to pass 2 quests here: a secret realm and repelling 3 waves of enemies. After that, he can challenge the boss. For now though, Lua is thinking he needs to grind and level up since the secret realm requires level 15. While he's planning this out, he hears some dude Captain Norris yelling at people to work faster before the next wave hits. Apparently zombies attack Norden, and they don't have enough weapons to send to their people over there. So even though Norden's supposed to be a safe zone, it still gets hit by zombie waves regularly. Norris spots our hero and walks over, asking if he can help them gather materials from west of Norden. Luo checks the system info and sees that out of 10 available quests, this one's the hardest targets, ranging from level 11 to 20. But that also means the rewards are going to be fat. After doing the math, our protagonist agrees to help. Captain Norris thanks him, grateful as hell. The former military base is on the outskirts of Norden, but now it's just crawling with zombies. Our boy enters the area with his scorpion pet, ready to wipe these undead bastards out. He tries hitting them with the fireball technique first, but nothing much happens. Turns out they're resistant to fire, so he switches it up and decides to use his ice technique instead. After sizing up these zombies, he orders his scorpion to take their aggro and tank the hits. Our hero's confident the zombies won't stand a chance against his armored scorpion, and while his pet's holding them down, he can just pick them off one by one. But it turns out he really doesn't need to worry because the scorpion's absolutely handling these undead bastards. I mean, it's getting the job done, but it's messy as hell and not exactly fun to watch. So our boy's like, nah, I'll do it myself, and whips out his staff, thinking if fire's not cutting it, it's time to switch to ice. One hit later, and boom, monster's down. Now get this, the damn thing was a level 11 fire zombie. And what does our boy get for his troubles? Some broke-ass bronze coins. That's it. So naturally, he says fuck it and goes on an absolute rampage. Cut to a few moments later, and after turning every zombie in sight into an ice sculpture, my guy's only got 50 fire cores to show for it. Looking at this garbage drop rate, he's genuinely considering just ditching the quest entirely. Like, after all that work, man's getting hungry and thinking about logging out, planning to come back later tonight when he's got snacks. But then he hears this absolutely massive roar that shakes everything. He's like, yo, what the hell was that? But honestly, it doesn't take a genius to figure it out. It seems like the respawn timer for the boss monsters just reset. And yep, sure enough, in the next second, he spots the boss monster itself. Now we got a whole change of plans because there's no way our boy's missing out on boss loot. His eyes are literally glowing with greed right now. Man saw that potential legendary drop and all thoughts of food went straight out the window. The second this boss zombie spots our boy, this bastard immediately launches an ice attack and folks, it actually does damage. Now our boy ran into a problem. Both he and this Lord Zombie have the same ice and fire powers, which means our boy can't maximize his damage output. It's like a type disadvantage but makes it painful. Then this zombie goes after Luai's pet scorpion and straight up kills it. Now his pet's going to take 3 hours to revive, which is a massive problem, because even with his necromancer buffs active, there's no way our boy can hold off this boss solo for 3 hours. Nothing's going according to plan, because this boss monster is just way too powerful, and our boy's starting to sweat. But then someone attacks the monster from behind, and our boy turns around and goes, "Yo, paycheck lady, what are you doing here?" Sujin doesn't pay attention to him. She continues to fire her spells and tells him that she'll focus on keeping the monster busy, while he focuses on dealing damage and actually killing this thing. Right after that, Sujin jumps in and hits the monster with a fireball, while simultaneously using the ray of light technique to immobilize it. Our boy's just standing there in shock because she's using 3 skills at the same time with perfect control over all of them. Like, who does that? Seems like this is the actual insane power of the taboo sorcerer class. So now that our boy's got backup, he decides it's time to stop playing around and end this. He goes straight for his ultimate move and he and Sujin attack together, finally managing to delete this level 14 zombie from existence. After they collect the loot, Luai's like, "Yo, thanks for the assist. Want to split the rewards?" But Sujin's all humble about it, saying she literally just showed up a few minutes ago to finish her own quests and saw him soloing this thing like a madman. She even adds that she's the one who should be thanking him, not the other way around. Our protagonist is confused as hell and reminds her, "Wait, didn't your sister already pay me for helping you?" Even though they've met before, the girl decides to do a proper introduction this time, going full formal mode, like "I'm Sujin," so our boy decided to introduce himself as well. After the introductions, Lua realizes they're in the same guild doing the same quest, so he suggests teaming up and asks what her class abilities are. Hearing this, Sujin gets super hyped and starts geeking out about her skills, explaining how all her crowd control abilities are about to upgrade to taboos, which means they'll last 30% longer, plus she's getting a 30% cooldown reduction. Our hero's sitting there thinking, damn, this girl's abilities are going to be clutch for future fights, but instead of sticking around, he just turns and starts walking in the opposite direction. Sujin's like, where are you going? And our boy explains he needs to head back to Norden real quick, but promises to meet up with her in 10 minutes. Folks, it seems like Sujin's actually catching feelings for our protagonist, because she apparently said she'd marry whoever helped break her curse, but then she immediately gets all embarrassed, thinking about it like, nah, that's weird, stop it. Back in Norden, Luo's checking out all the equipment and rewards he got earlier, trying stuff on like it's a fashion show. He equips the dashing boots of ice and fire that give him +10 agility, looking fresh as hell. Our boy's thinking he needs stronger skills to take down high-level monsters, so he refines his super flaming bullet skill up a level. He tests it out, and after seeing the damage, Luo's feeling himself, getting all confident about his abilities. Right then he gets a message from Sujin Yan inviting him to the guild. Since he's done with his business in Norden, our boy hits accept and gets ready to head back. A little while later, they're walking together, and Sujin's complimenting Luo on how strong he is. He returns the favor, praising how she uses her crowd control skills. Jin starts blushing, and explains that her sister actually set up all those skills for her based on her class. As they keep chatting, Sujin's curiosity gets the better of her, and she asks if our hero's hiding some mythical equipment, because there's no way someone's making attacks that powerful without some crazy gear. Lu brushes it off all casual, saying he's just an ordinary mythical class shifter, nothing special. But Sujin isn't buying it, pointing out that as far as she knows there hasn't been any news about a mythical class shifter awakening this year. Our protagonist just smirks and tells her she can think whatever she wants, knowing damn well that a class shifter can't just awaken for some basic reason. After they finish clearing out all the fire and ice zombies, they set their sights on the next target, poison cores. So they start heading toward the poison zombie area. Right then, both of them get this urgent-ass message from their guild, basically saying, get to the guild headquarters now or you're getting kicked from the team. Sujin's confused as hell about why they're being summoned like this. Our boy asks who sent the message, and she explains it's Chen Jun, the guildmaster of the Linhai City branch. The reason this dude has such an important position is because his dad and her uncle, the CEO, were sworn brothers, so the CEO just handed him the role. After talking it through, they both decide to head to wherever they're being summoned. Meanwhile, on the other side, there's absolute chaos going down. A bunch of people are fighting the boss zombie, and this thing is op as hell because nobody's getting the upper hand. To make things worse, it looks like two different guilds showed up, so some people are fighting the boss while others are fighting each other. Liu Yao is there too, going head-to-head with Captain Norris. That's when our hero rolls up to the battlefield, and he's like, I didn't expect to run into you so soon, plus what the hell are you fighting my guild members, you bastard? Alright, so to understand this mess, we have to rewind about an hour. A massive zombie horde rolls up, and the group is getting absolutely demolished, trying to hold the line. They finally realize they're screwed without someone to control the crowd and take down the Lord Zombie. So Chen Jun's like, yo, everyone just keep these zombies busy until Sujin shows up. Now Sujin and our protagonist finally arrive at the scene, and immediately the other players start running their mouths. They're gossiping about her, pointing out she's from the Su family, and calling her the Ice Queen. Then they turn their attention to Luo, saying even though he helped break her curse, the dude looks weak as hell, and doesn't seem to have any high-level abilities. Hearing all this trash talk, Sujin clarifies she's not some ice queen and tells Luo to ignore all the rumors about her. For some reason she can't quite figure out, Sujin gets all shy and flustered saying this. Chen notices her acting all bashful and gets excited, but then he spots the boy standing next to her, and his whole face drops. He immediately asks about our hero, questioning why she's spending time alone with him. Sujin tells him it's none of his business, but Chen's all like, nah, worrying about you is natural for me. I have to make sure nobody has bad intentions toward you, acting like her self-appointed bodyguard or something. After she assures Chen she's fine, she asks about the emergency. Chenjun explains that a zombie wave attacked, and they desperately need to kill the boss zombie. Analyzing the situation, Sujin suggests they defeat the zombie ASAP since it would be a huge boost for their guild. Our boy steps forward ready to fight the monster as a guild member, and Sujin is completely shocked, but Chen Jun immediately loots him down, refusing to let him fight. Why? Because Chen looks down on our boy Lu, seeing him as just some beast tamer who somehow squeezed into the guild, but who in his expert opinion won't be able to handle the zombie. Hearing this, all the class shifters present start gossiping about Lu, saying he only joined the guild for the money, and agreeing with Chen's take that he's basically dead weight. While Sujin tries to defend our protagonist, Lu stays chill and calmly states that as guildmaster, Chen has the authority to make the final call. Left with no other choice, Sujin straight up clings to our boy's arm and declares that if that's their decision, then she's staying with him. Chenjun starts panicking and tries to explain. He's only worried because Lu seems weak, but if she insists on him joining the fight, it'll be at her own risk, because they won't be able to save him if things go south. Chenjun then starts pulling Subjin with him so she can use her crowd control on the zombie sovereign. As she's being dragged away, Subjin tells our hero to wait for her. Meanwhile, Luo knows that even with crowd control, it's going to take forever to defeat this level 15 zombie. The group prepares to fight the monster while our protagonist waits on the sidelines, observing their abilities. Since Luo Yao and his teammates are also there, they're shocked as hell to see our boy as a member of Misty Rain Pavilion. Lin, who's also present, starts screaming at Luo for not joining Yao's guild, and instead serving another guild like some kind of sellout mercenary. That's when Subjin appears out of nowhere and attacks Lin for insulting her crush. As for Yao, he's now desperate to make our protagonist join his guild, so he offers to pay him triple what Misty Rain Pavilion is paying, and even promises to make him vice guild leader or CEO. Hearing these offers, Sujin is about to lose her mind. Looking at Yao, Luo claims he's a trustworthy person and says he won't betray his current guild, while he's still completing tasks for them. He adds that nobody knows what the future holds, and maybe one day they'll get a chance to work together. These words impress the hell out of Yao, who says he's always ready to welcome our protagonist to his guild if the opportunity comes up. During their conversation, one of Yao's men yells that they should focus on killing the boss zombie first, or they're going to lose it to the other guild. Since Lu Yao's in a good mood now, he decides to abandon the idea of fighting for the boss zombie himself. After he leaves, Sujin turns to our boy, telling him how awesome he is. Our boy hits her with, "Don't mention it, babe." And then the damn zombie king of despair walks in. Seeing the zombie, he's like, "Alright, bet, let's get it." He jumps straight into the fight and immediately drops his super fireball attack, and everyone who thought that our boy was trash is now standing there with their mouths wide open like idiots. While he's cooking, he tells Sujin to stick to the plan they discussed. Now our boy's ready for round 2, and his eyes start glowing red as he charges up his new skill, the super flaming bullet. The zombie king of despair gets hit with this absolute nuke and gets deleted from existence instantly. All the class shifters watching are standing there frozen like NPCs. They're also remembering how Lu Yao was showing our boy mad respect earlier, and now they're wondering who the hell this guy really is. Meanwhile, Sujin's thanking our protagonist again for making the Supreme Guild back off, because if he hadn't, those assholes would have stolen their boss zombie. Lu Yao just waves it off, saying it's just part of being a guild member. Acting all humble and shit, everyone's hyped now, calling him their role model and saying they want to be like him. Cut to them walking back to Norden, and Sujin's got her arm wrapped around Lu Yao's, talking all sweet and flirty with him. When they enter the town, Chen sees them together, and bro is seething with jealousy. You can literally feel the salt radiating off this man. He asks about the zombie, and one of his lackeys reports that Sujin and Lu Yao actually pulled it off and killed that king zombie. But Chen Jun's dumbass doesn't believe it, so the guy has to spell it out. Lu Yao's actually crazy strong and is going to be a huge asset for the guild moving forward. Being the jealous little bitch he is, Chen starts screaming at our hero, pointing his finger right in Luo's face for not following his orders, saying this gives him every right to kick him out of the guild. Luo calmly smacks Chen's finger away from his face and hits him with the facts. Not only did Chen order him to stay back, but he also told his team to kill the boss zombie, which they clearly succeeded in doing. Seeing our boy talk back like this, the bastard got mad, but then Sujin steps in and backs Luo up, explaining they only beat the boss zombie because of him, so the guild should actually be thanking him instead of bitching. After that, Sujin starts dragging our boy away since they've still got quests to finish. Meanwhile, Chen Jun's standing there filled with pure hatred and jealousy, ordering his goons to spy on Luo and find his weaknesses. Some villain shit right there. The scene continues and Luo and Sujin have entered the poison zombie zone, which smells like absolute ass. Our protagonist warns Sujin to stay sharp because the poison zombies hit different way stronger than those ice and fire zombies. She's confused why, and Luo breaks it down. Even though they don't have elemental powers, their dangerous skills are more than enough to send you to the Shadow Realm. After explaining, she hands him a reward she got from completing the guild request. Cut to a few hours later, and they're fighting poison zombies now, taking them out pretty easily, because their teamwork is on point. Moving forward, Luo realizes someone's watching them. It's actually one of Chen Jun's spies, who's reporting back that our hero's collecting zombie cores with the young lady Sujin. Plus, it looks like they're getting pretty close based on all the jokes and banter between them. Hearing this, Chen becomes even more pissed off, knowing damn well Sujin never talked to him like that. And honestly, can you blame her? Dude's got the personality of a wet napkin. One of his men suggests finding a way to get Luo kicked out of the guild because that's the only way to separate them. Meanwhile, the system sends out an alert telling all the shapeshifters to get ready, because a level 13 horde is about to roll up on them. Chen's got this creepy-ass smile plastered on his face, ready to pull some shady shit to get Luo booted from the guild. The Second World's rule is that when hordes show up, all protections get turned off for the class shifters, so his plan is to take our protagonist out when the moment's right. The scene shifts back to our boy, and both he and his future wife are out here grinding zombies like it's a full-time job, and they're literally a few kills away from completing the mission. But obviously, nothing can be easy because a massive zombie horde is about to roll up in 30 minutes. The timer's ticking. Our boy is focused on the grind when this poison zombie just appears out of nowhere and bites him straight in the shoulder. Before Sujin can even use her control skill, Luo spins around and stabs his sword through the zombie's mouth, but that damn thing has already done his job. Our boy's bleeding, poison is spreading, and Shy Mommy is all worried about him, asking if he's okay. But our boy just stands up, dusts himself off, and tells her to head back. Like getting poisoned is just a minor inconvenience. They finish the quest. Sujin hits level 16. Luo reaches level 17. She mentions he would already be level 20 if he stopped feeding all his experience to that scorpion, but the Luo does not care. The scorpion needs upgrades. He checks his loot from the poison zombies. Explosion-resistant leggings for himself. Explosion-resistant armor for the scorpion. Wait, why do zombies need explosion resistance? Are they fighting Michael Bay zombies now? What is happening? Sujin is getting ready for the horde event when she gets a message. Sujin Yan needs her at the office. Her sister is waiting. She wonders if something bad has happened and tells our boy that she needs to head back. But then she realizes Luo is going to have to solo this entire event. She looks stressed, But Luo tells her to leave before the event starts because once it begins, nobody can log out until it ends. She is worried. The horde of zombies are level 13 and there will be thousands of them. Luo says, "Do not worry about me." She logs out thinking he is probably going to die. The horde event starts, the game locks everyone in. No rage quitting allowed. A beam of light slams into the ground, and zombies start pouring out like someone opened the gates of hell. Just endless waves. The other players are panicking. Luo realizes you cannot kill infinite zombies. The only way to win is to push them out of the safe zone somehow. While he is thinking, he gets messages from other players screaming for help. He shows up and finds some guys on the ground. Chen is hiding in the corner. This is obviously a trap. One of Chen's guys is looking at Luo's stats, thinking his defense is not that high. They have 12 archers hiding in the back alley. These idiots think 12 archers are enough, but wait, it gets worse. Chen is not planning to just kill Luo once. This psycho wants to camp the respawn point and kill him over and over again. Why? Because Luo talked to Sujin, and Chen thinks he owns her. Luo is standing in the alley. All 12 archers fire at once. Should be game over, right? But the scorpion appears like a Pokemon and blocks every single arrow with its body. Absolute legend. Then the system notification pops up. Luo has 10 minutes to fight back with no death penalties. The game just gave him a murder license. He looks at Chen and his gang, says, "Your turn is over. Now it is my turn, and these clowns are about to learn why you do not mess with the protagonist." So our boy absolutely demolished those 12 archers before the timer even hit 1 minute. Chen Jun is standing there with his jaw on the floor, completely shook, and immediately starts blaming the guy who pitched this genius plan. But plot twist, that dude is just as clueless about Luo's actual power level, because nobody did their homework. While they are busy pointing fingers at each other, Luo walks up casually and says, "You guys tried to kill me first, remember?" Then he drops the line, "Thinking you could take me down that easily? Yeah, that was your first mistake." Chen is confused, wondering how Luo even knew about their ambush. Our boy just smirks and explains that ever since he killed the Zombie King boss, Chen Jun has been sending spies to watch him. Luo clocked it immediately but decided to play dumb and act weak just to see how far these clowns would go. Chen finally realizes he got played. Luo baited them into dropping their guard by pretending to be some low-tier scrub. Luo even admits he was not planning to fight them. He just wanted to watch them make fools of themselves. But Chen Jun, being the typical stubborn rich kid who cannot take an L, decides to aim his arrow at Luo even while staring death in the face, before he can even let it fly. Luo casually shatters the arrow with his frost blade. Then one of Chen's goons, some elite assassin, tries to be the hero and lunges at our protagonist. Luo does not even give him the satisfaction of a fight. He just launches a fireball and insta-kills the guy. One shot, no respawn. Chen is completely broken at this point, not even asking out of curiosity anymore but pure disbelief. "Who the hell are you?" And in that exact moment, Luo ends him too, saying, "I am someone you should have never messed with." Cut to the respawn area where Chen's whole squad is loading back in. The system notification pops up. "Killed by player ID 0. Everyone freezes. They cannot believe it. Luo is not just some random dude. He is the Necromancer, the mystery player who beat the first world boss monster in 1 day. Senenjuan respawns, absolutely seething, realizing he just tried to PK the most OP player in the game. Now he is screaming about getting revenge, because clearly the first attempt went so well. Meanwhile, back in the real world, things are going just as badly for Sun Jinyan. She is at the Suan family building, where the elders have basically arranged her marriage to walking waste of oxygen. Jinjun without asking her. She immediately protests, saying she does not like him at all. But Jinjun's dad is sitting there acting like her opinion does not matter. He says you will learn to love him, and starts flexing the gifts they brought. A devil's outfit and a mythical grade magic potion worth 13 million yar in total. Then he sweetens the deal by saying she will become a VP of their company and inherit everything after marrying his son. Suan politely thanks him but firmly says nope. This sets off her uncle Su, who starts screaming at her like she just committed treason. That is when her older sister steps in and goes off, saying my sister is not a business transaction. Stop treating her like one. She tells Sujin she will always support her in finding real happiness. Right at that moment, Mr. Chen gets a phone call and finds out that Chen Jun just got killed by Zhang Yu. He hangs up and loses it, yelling about how his son, the guildmaster and major sponsor of Su Corporation, is being attacked. CEO Su tries to calm him down, but Mr. Chen is not having it. He threatens that if anything happens to his son, there will be consequences, then storms out and slams the door like a dramatic soap opera villain. Now CEO Su turns on his nieces, since they were the ones who recommended Lu to the guild. Sujin defends our boy, saying there must be a reason if he really killed Chen Jun, but the CEO is not trying to hear it. He demands they drag Lu back and force him to apologize to the Chen family. If he refuses, he is getting kicked out of Misty Rain Pavilion. While they are arguing, Sujin gets a call from Lu. She is panicking, asking if he really killed Chen Jun. Instead of answering, our boy just hits her with, I am resigning from Misty Rain Pavilion. Sujin's losing it on the phone, begging Lu not to quit and saying she'll figure out a way to clear his name. But our boy's done with the drama. He tells her to drop it and hangs up. He already knows Chen Jun's having a full-on tantrum right now and is 100% planning revenge. So staying in Misty Rain Pavilion? Yeah, that's not happening. Now he's got another problem. He needs 50,000 yuan for his brother's hospital bills. His plan? Farm high-level materials and flip them for cash. But to get the good drops, he needs to hit the third world, which means surviving 2 more zombie waves and clearing a dungeon first. Then he can fight the second world's lord boss. There are 3 dungeons he can pick from, but he's going straight for the death level 1 because high risk equals high reward. And at his level, crushing level 20 monsters is basically a cakewalk for him. That's when some random guys show up acting tough, calling him the famous beast tamer like it's an insult. Luo's already over it but stays chill. Asking them to move, these clowns start talking trash, calling him weak and literally daring him to kill them. And that's when Luo catches on. He flat out asks, "How much is Chen Jun paying you?" One of them actually admits it. Chen Jun's offering 5,000 yuan each plus a revival scroll, and an extra 5,000 to whoever gets killed by Luo. Our boy actually laughs at this. Chen Jun's really out here hiring people to turn him into a PK criminal. Luo could wipe these level 10 nobodies without breaking a sweat. But if he does, he gets slapped with a red name. And once you're red named, you're basically stuck. No logging out, no safe zones, and no boss fights until you grind away all your sin points. It's a straight-up trap. Then Luo rolls up out of nowhere and casually drops that he's paying $50,000 to whoever kills Chen Jun instead. Everyone freezes. One of Yao's guys explains he's the eldest son of the Luo family, literally the richest people in Linhai City. Suddenly everyone's switching teams, calling him Master Yao, and ready to hunt Chen Jun for sport. The loyalty in this game is non-existent. Yao turns to Luo and asks if he really got kicked from Misty Rain Pavilion, since Chen Jun's been bragging about it everywhere. Luo just shrugs, saying Chen talks too much. Then Yao makes his move, offers Luo a spot in his guild, and tells him to name his price. Luo turns him down, says he's not joining any guild right now, and just walks off. One of Yao's guys gets mad that Luo didn't even say thanks after they bailed him out, but Yao actually respects it. He gets it. Why would Luo trust another guild after just getting stabbed in the back? Yao even says Misty Rain Pavilion is full of idiots for kicking someone this strong. Meanwhile, Luo knows Chen Jun's not going to stop coming for him, so he needs to level up fast. Cut to Luo standing in front of a level 15 dungeon called Dark Corpse Forest. He chose this one because most players are greedy and rush the highest level dungeons for better loot, so this place is basically empty. Inside, he meets an NPC mage named Moore who asks if he's ready to take on the Dark Undead Nest. Luo says yeah, and the mage gives him an entry token and wishes him luck. Here's where it gets fun. Luo knows he can refine this token into a golden token, which turns the regular dungeon into a hidden dungeon. The problem is, the success rate sucks and it drains a crazy amount of energy, so most players don't even bother. But Luo's not most players. He's doing it anyway. Meanwhile, the goons Chen Jun sent after Luo aren't even chasing him anymore. They're running for their lives from something. And now Chen Jun is panicking because he can't use his revival scroll for another 5 days. Chen Jun's absolutely spiraling at this point. Then boom, a notification lights up the whole sky. Some anonymous player just unlocked a hidden dungeon. It's open for 2 hours and everyone's invited. Chen Jun sees this and loses his mind in the best way because hidden dungeons drop insane loot, including free revival items. He immediately yells at his crew to gear up and move out. It's basically Christmas morning for him. Luo sees the same thing and gets equally hyped, ordering all his Supreme Guild members to head there. Meanwhile, Luo's already deep in the dungeon, cutting through zombies like it's nothing. To beat this place, he needs to kill the dungeon's gatekeeper first, a level 15 boss with a ridiculous stat sheet. Crazy magic attacks, insane defense, devastating physical damage. The system's literally warning him like, yo, maybe don't do this. But we all know our boy doesn't read warnings, so Luo's absolutely wrecking this boss monster right now, just going ham on it, when suddenly a notification pops up saying a massive wave of challengers just entered the dungeon. And look, our boy knew this was coming from day one. This dungeon doesn't need some fancy secret scroll to enter, so obviously Chen Jun and his whole crew would show up. He figures Su Jin and Lu Yao are probably on their way too. But here's the thing, Chen Jun is the only name on Lu hit list. He's got zero interest in dragging random people into this beef. Now here's where it gets spicy. As the owner of the Golden Secret Decree, Lu Yao gets 3 chances to completely rewrite the dungeon rules, and he's about to use one right now. Meanwhile, outside the dungeon, it's straight chaos. Different guilds are going at each other's throats, and Chen Jun's out here being all touchy with Su Jin, who is clearly not feeling it. The girl's only here to find our protagonist, but this dude won't take a hint. Then out of nowhere, new rules flash in front of everyone's faces. The free revival scroll, gone. New mission to clear the dungeon, kill 500 zombies based on your party's total kills. Chen Jun loses his absolute mind, seeing these rule changes, screaming about whoever had the audacity to mess with his dungeon run. One of his lackeys suggests maybe it's our boy Luo who changed everything specifically to keep Chen's ass out, but Chen's in full denial mode. He's like, there's no way Luo's the lucky bastard who got the Golden Secret Decree, and even if he did, why would he waste hundreds of thousands of alternate energy just to mess with me? But Su Jin's sitting there like, nah, this feels personal. This has Luo written all over it. Chen's still denying it, yelling that whoever changed the rules is just scared someone else will snatch the rewards before them. Then he turns on the charm offensive, telling Su Jin he'll still enter the dungeon and keep her safe. She just looks at him and goes, "Worry about yourself." Chen pushes through the crowd heading toward the dungeon entrance, when one of his guild members points out something wild. Someone already killed the gatekeeper boss. And there's our boy Luo, literally sitting on top of the dead monster like it's a throne. Su Jinyer's face lights up seeing him, while Chen Jun's over here realizing it was him who changed the rules. Luo jumps off the monster and walks straight toward them, then straight up challenges Chen Jun. "You've been dying to kill me this whole time, so come on, let's see you try." That's when it clicks for Chen. This whole thing is a trap, and he just walked right into it. Immediately, this coward starts hiding behind his guild members, trying to use Su Chen's name as a shield, saying Luo shouldn't touch him because some major aristocrat has his back. Then he has the audacity to turn to Su Chen and tell her to use her imprisonment powers on Luo so they can jump him. But Su Chen's like, "Nah, this is all your mess. You deal with it." Left with no options, Chen orders his members to attack Luo, but nobody's moving. They're all shook because this man just soloed the boss monster who wants that smoke. So Chen pulls out his wallet and offers $5,000 to anyone who kills Luo. Suddenly everyone's motivated. Money talks, apparently. They all rush our boy at once, and Luo just casually walks toward them and starts dropping Misty Pavilion members left and right like he's going through a tutorial level. While Luo's busy handling the cannon fodder, Chen Jun sees an opening and orders his remaining members to rush the boss. Luo's scorpions appear out of nowhere, blocking the dungeon entrance. One brave member steps up, saying he'll kill the scorpion, swings his sword, and it just shatters against the scorpion's armor. Then things get even crazier. Arrows start raining down on Misty Pavilion members while someone yells they'll pay 20,000 yuan for every Misty Pavilion head. Nobody knows who's bankrolling this surprise attack, but it doesn't matter. Full-blown war breaks out as both guilds start going at each other. And Luo, our boy's just standing there in the middle of this whole battlefield with the most unbothered expression on his face, watching the chaos unfold like it's dinner and a show. Luo Yao shows up, telling our hero not to stress, saying he'll handle the opposition guild himself. But honestly, Luo's not even happy to see Yao and his crew roll up. He looks straight up disappointed. Like, "Bro, I came here for revenge, not a rescue mission." Chen Jun's losing it, screaming at Yao, asking why the hell Supreme Guild is attacking them since they don't even have beef. Luo Yao doesn't give him the real reason though. Instead, he hits him with, "I heard the guild master of Misty Rain Guild solves all his problems with cash, so I wanted to see if you're actually richer than me." Then this absolute madman offers Chen Jun's own guild members 1 million yuan to kill their boss. Everyone freezes. You can literally see the gears turning in their heads as they're doing the math. Chen Jun's panicking now, threatening them that if they betray him, both the Chen and Su families will come after them. Man, this is funny. This idiot really thought loyalty could beat 1 million yuan. That's cute. Right then the ground starts shaking like crazy and this absolutely massive monster bursts onto the scene. Luo analyzes it and realizes it's gone berserk. Apparently boss-level monsters can turn berserk if their health keeps dropping. And guess what caused it? Those arrows the Supreme Guild was shooting earlier made the already injured demon keep losing levels until it snapped. Way to go, you guys, idiots. You literally created a raid boss. The system announces it's now a level 17 3-star boss, a dark undead tyrant. Luo Yao takes one look at this thing, and you can see the fear in his eyes. The second the undead tyrant makes its first move, another notification pops up saying that because of this chaos, the secret realm exit just opened, meaning everyone can bail if they want. Chen Jun's eyes light up. This coward immediately attacks the berserk monster from the side where Luo Yao is standing, trying to redirect its aggro as payback. Dirty move, but I respect the pettiness. And it works. The monster locks onto Yao. As Yao is screaming for help, our boy sends his pet scorpion to save him. Though Luo knows with the monster's power-up, his scorpion's about to take massive damage. Meanwhile, Chen Jun's casually strolling toward the exit, throwing out this smug-ass line about how they'll have to wait 10,000 years if they want to kill him. Luo wants to chase after him so badly, but if he leaves Yao behind, the monster's going to tear him apart. After a quick second of thinking, Luo jumps in front of Luo Yao and hits the demon with his ice cone skill, freezing the Lord Demon in place. He drags Yao out of the danger zone, and the monster breaks free from the ice and attacks, but they manage to dodge it. Since this thing's a level 17 boss, Luo can barely put a dent in it, which means there's only one option left. He's got to fight this monster himself. You know, like a psychopath. Luo launches into his fire missile attack. Yao is yelling at his men to help our protagonist, but his whole guild is too scared to move. Bunch of cowards just standing there watching. Real helpful guys, really earning that guild paycheck. Meanwhile, the boss demon's moving so fast it catches our hero off guard and slashes his shoulder. Lu is on the ground realizing this enemy is way stronger than he thought. He needs a new strategy, and he needs it now. The boss is about to finish him off when Su Jin appears out of nowhere using her confining skills on the monster. She tells him she'll support him while he handles the damage, and honestly, they make a pretty solid team. The monster's actually taking visible damage now, and everyone watching is losing their minds seeing these two take on a 3-star boss. Lu Yao recognizes Su Jin immediately. She's the heir of the Su family, a confining mage, but even with her help, Yao knows deep down that our boy Lu is the only one capable of actually killing this thing. He's sitting there thinking if he were teaming up with our protagonist, they'd have killed this boss 1,000,000 times already. Now he's even more desperate to recruit, not just Luo but also Sujin for his supreme guild. His guild members are like, bro, give it up. They're way out of our league. Back to the fight, Luo and Sujin are going absolutely ham on this demon. After a solid struggle session, the boss's health finally drops low enough for a finishing blow. Then, out of nowhere, Luo announces he's the anonymous player. Sujin looks disappointed for a second, but after thinking about it, she channels all that energy into a brutal flaming light attack that obliterates the boss in one shot. Everyone present gets a level up notification, and the system congratulates Sujin for clearing the secret realm. She even gets a level 15 realm scroll as a reward. Supreme Guild members start celebrating like crazy while Luo tries to hug our hero as thanks for saving his life. Luo immediately shoves him away, blaming him for the reason Chen Jun escaped safely. He's even saying Yao is going to cause him problems in the future. Luo tries to fix things by offering him $1 million, which just makes Luo more pissed. He's like, do you have anything to offer besides money? With all the confidence in the world, Yao says he's got the vision to build the strongest guild with the strongest users, which is why he keeps begging our hero to join. Plus, his dad owns a massive medicine company, so he can hook Luo up with unlimited potions for life. Luo just tells him to leave. As our boy turns around, Lu Jiao, even though he's clearly hurt, keeps rambling about how they've got connections with the best blacksmith family in the Dragon Kingdom, the Su family and the Mage family. The second Yao mentions the Su family, Lu Jiao stops dead in his tracks, suddenly interested. Lu Jiao explains his dad and the head of the Su family are old friends, meaning they can get any equipment they want. Lu Jiao doing the math in his head. Blacksmith items are way better than the store-bought garbage he's been using. Lu Jiao, acting like a loyal puppy at this point, says even if Lu doesn't want to join the guild, he'll still help him get equipment whenever he needs it. Deal sealed. Our hero and Sujin start walking toward the exit while Yao and his members wave goodbye like sad puppies. Back in the safe zone, some randos are gossiping about Sujin and how insanely strong she is as an epic class member. Chen Jun, sitting nearby, starts flexing, saying she's part of their guild. Then one of his lackeys reports that Sujin killed the boss demon, which means Luo survived too. Chen Jun's blood pressure skyrockets. He's more desperate than ever to kill our boy. His guy points out that's going to be tough since Luo is way stronger now and has the Supreme Guild backing him. But then you see the light bulb go off in Chen Jun's head. He stands up saying he can find someone else to do his dirty work. Apparently he knows some level 30 veterans stuck in the third world, who could definitely handle Luo. Now all they have to do is wait for our boy to enter the third world. Cut to Luo and Sujin walking together. She's worried he might see her as an enemy too since Chen Jun's trying to kill him. Luo turns around and tells her straight up, Chen Jun is his only enemy. But if Misty Pavilion helps that bastard, he won't hesitate to fight them too. Sujin assures him they won't get involved. And besides, she hates Chen Jun anyway. Then she offers all the equipment she got from the boss to our hero, since she only landed the final hit. Luo takes it, knowing it'll boost his health and skills. Right then, another notification flashes across the sky about a wave of level 15 zombies at Northern University. Both of them get hyped. This is the last mission before entering the third world. Sujin looks anxious and suggests they should prepare before jumping into this fight. Just then, Lin comes running onto the scene, sprinting past Sujin straight toward our boy, begging for his forgiveness and saying she realizes she messed up. Oh, now she wants to apologize? After everything? This should be good. Luo's just standing there trying to figure out what kind of soap opera nonsense Lin's pulling right now. And folks, this girl's putting on the performance of a lifetime, tears trembling voice, the whole 9 yards, telling our boy how Luo just abandoned her. Meanwhile, Sujin's over here with jealousy written all over her face, straight up going, why the hell are you trying to worm your way back into his life after you dumped him like a bag of rotten potatoes? Lin completely ignores her and switches to full manipulator mode. She looks at Luo with those fake puppy eyes and says, yeah, okay, I looked down on you before, but come on, what woman doesn't want her man to be loaded? And now that you've made it to the top, we could totally pick up where we left off. A subtle smile creeps onto our boy's face. Sujin sees that smile, and her eyes probably twitching because she does not like where this is going. That's when the mood gets ruined by zombie roars echoing in the distance. The horde's coming, and it sounds like they brought the entire extended family. Lin immediately starts screaming that they need to fight right now, but Luo just tells her to luo her mouth. Sujin's already locked in. Battle stance ready, prepared to face whatever undead nightmare's heading their way. Luo glances at Lin from the corner of his eye with this cold look and tells her to leave. He doesn't want her anywhere near his life anymore. Lin's jaw practically hits the floor. She's like, what happened to you? The old Zhang Yu would never talk to me like this. Yeah, girl, the old Zhang Yu also probably had terrible taste in women. But here we are. Meanwhile, Sujin's already out there slicing through zombies, but there are way too many of these rotting bastards for her to handle alone. She calls out for backup, and Luo sends his pet scorpion to cover her. While he's also fighting off the horde, he suddenly hears Lin screaming bloody murder as the undead close in on her. Out of pure instinct, Sujin's about to go save her because she's actually a decent person, but our boy stops her cold. He says this is Lin's karma catching up with her, and they're not interfering. Harsh? Maybe. Deserved? Absolutely. The zombies start tearing into Lin, and they notice she's not using any revival scrolls, probably because she doesn't have any. Within seconds, the zombies completely devour her. Luo suggests they keep moving with their mission, though deep down he's got all of Zhang Yu's memories floating around in his head, so there are probably some complicated feelings happening. The zombie wave slams into Norden City, which means both Luo and Sujin need to find somewhere to hide and wait for this nightmare to pass. Right now our boy's thinking about the secret passage, his last mission before things get really spicy. He tells Sujin to restore her strength and get ready. She's worried about him because, unlike Lin, Sujin actually gives a damn about people. Our protagonist opens a portal, saying he's got other business to handle first. Sujin wants to come with him, but he doesn't give her a choice and just dips. After some time wandering around, our boy finds himself standing before another secret realm, and this one's got a real cheerful name, the Undead Hospital. Time to clear this lovely establishment. As soon as he enters, he summons his armored scorpion pet, and they get to work doing what they do best, turning undead into extra dead. Fast forward through what was probably hours of grinding, and our boy successfully completes the second world mission with his trusty scorpion buddy, leveling up to 19. Not bad for a day's work. Now the only thing standing between him and complete domination is fighting the boss demon to clear the second world entirely. He dumps a massive amount of energy points into his scorpion like he's trying to create the ultimate killing machine, upgrading it to legendary grade. This thing's probably terrifying. Now he's also found a bunch of useful equipment scattered throughout this realm, which is always nice. Free loot is free loot. Now it's time to head back and face the last zombie horde. He gets a message from Sujin asking if he wants to fight the boss diamond since the zombie waves finally cleared out. Yao also sends a text saying the boss diamond is a level 23 star. Luko knows Sujin would be incredibly helpful in this fight. The girl's proven she can handle herself, but he can't just ditch Lu Yao after the guy helped him out before. So Luko texts both of them to meet at the Undead Emperor's door in 15 minutes. They both agree, and now we're about to have a boss battle with the squad. Meanwhile, outside Norden City, everyone's meeting up according to plan. But Lu Yao brought his entire guild with him, and Sujin looks at all these guys and asks Yao if he's planning a hostile takeover or something. Yao just laughs it off all casual, saying even though they're boss and yeah, he's talking about Lu could probably solo this thing, they should all be prepared just in case things go sideways. Our hero doesn't have much choice but to agree. Just then a notification pops up asking if everyone's ready to challenge the final boss. The second our protagonist clicks agree, a portal opens right in front of them with all the dramatic flair you'd expect. Luo and Sujin walk through first, like the main characters they are, and Luo Yao orders his men to follow behind. They all step through the portal and immediately come face to face with the final boss, a level 23 star undead emperor. And let me tell you, this thing is massive, like it makes that first world boss look like a chihuahua in comparison. Everyone's standing there terrified, genuinely questioning their life choices and wondering if they'll even survive this encounter. Some of them are probably mentally writing their wills right now. Luo is standing at the front because he's got protagonist energy, tells everyone to keep their distance from this monstrosity. Then he summons his pet scorpion, and you can practically hear the boss battle music starting. Between grinding through that first secret realm and collecting all those experience points and pet eggs like a hoarder, the bosses and scorpions levels are actually pretty close now. Our boy came prepared. Suddenly the boss zombie challenges them with this edgy line about giving them a taste of death. Bro, you're literally rotting. Maybe work on your breath before the trash talk. The fight officially kicks off, and it's chaos from the jump. The armored scorpion charges at the boss, while our boy unleashes a super fireball spell. Thanks to all his new equipment and recent upgrades, fighting this boss monster isn't the completely suicidal mission it would have been a few days ago. The boss demon slams his massive hand into the ground with enough force to split it in two, and tentacles burst out because of course they do. Why have a normal boss fight when you can add nightmare fuel? Everyone's running for their lives, screaming and dodging, while the scorpion and boss go at it like they're settling an ancient grudge. Soon enough, the armored scorpion takes some serious damage and is looking pretty rough. Lu Yao and several guild members rush in to heal it, and surprisingly, they actually manage to pull it off. Turns out bringing the whole guild wasn't the worst idea after all. As the monster is about to attack our protagonist with what would probably be a one-hit KO, the pet scorpion jumps in to take the hit like the loyal companion it is. Someone get this scorpion a medal. Sujin immediately hits the boss with her controlling powers, trying to lock it down, but this just makes the thing even more pissed off than before. She's yelling at our hero to do something because she can't hold this angry corpse emperor much longer, and her arms are probably shaking from the strain. The boss demon has the audacity to call them dirty and disgusting, real rich, coming from a literal rotting corpse. Luo zones out for a second, probably having some kind of internal monologue moment, before snapping back to reality and calling the boss a weakling. Those are fighting words. Then he goes absolutely nuclear with everything he's got. All his spells, all his power, the whole arsenal. The boss loses half its health bar in one attack, and everyone's just standing there with their jaws on the floor. Now our boy's charging up for the final blow. He launches his last attack with maximum prejudice, and the boss dies instantly, crashing to the ground with a satisfying thud that probably registered on the Richter scale. Sujin and Lu Yao are praising our boy, asking him how the hell he just pulled it off. Did his damage increase while a notification pops up announcing that the boss emperor is being punished by heaven and earth? But nah, of course it wouldn't end that easily, because all of a sudden the boss emperor's corpse springs back to life, screaming at our hero and all of humanity that he's dragging everyone to hell with him. Yao immediately latches onto Lua's leg like a scared cat, begging him to do something because, unlike our protagonist, he can't spam resurrection scrolls and will actually die here. The whole damn place starts crumbling apart with lava erupting everywhere and surging toward the edges. To make things worse, the portal to the next world is way across the room, and the only way to reach it is by jumping over a literal river of lava. Lua thinks for a second, then without warning grabs Yao by the collar and scoops up Jinyun by the waist, which catches her completely off guard and makes things awkward as hell. Before either of them can process what's happening, he eats both of them straight at his pet scorpion and orders it to launch them toward the portal. Yao and Jin are absolutely losing their minds mid-air, screaming and wondering why the hell Lua just turned them into human projectiles. But the plan actually works. The scorpion flings them perfectly through the exit, and they crash land on the other side of the portal. Meanwhile, Sujin's freaking out because Lua's still on the wrong side and the portal's rapidly closing. Back with our boy, he and his scorpion are lining up for their own escape attempt. The scorpion launches him toward the exit, and mid-flight he unsummons it, but the portal's barely hanging on at this point. Just as he's about to make it, a massive splash of lava erupts right in front of him, completely killing his momentum. He desperately tries to stop himself with his weapon, while on the other side, Sujin and Liu Yao are watching with their hearts in their throats, praying he makes it through. The portal's literally a sliver now, and right as it snaps, Liu Yao, our protagonist, launches himself through in a last-ditch effort. He crashes through to the other side, and both Sujin and Liu Yao practically tackle him, frantically asking if he's okay. He brushes it off, saying he's fine except for a few burns from the explosion. Then the system pops up congratulating users Zero, Sujin Yan, and Supreme Starburst on clearing the second world. Yao's so hyped he straight up promises to give Liu Yao 1 million yuan as a thank you for carrying him through that nightmare. Our boy's heading home to finally get some rest when Sujin calls out from behind. She warns him that Chenjin has left the Misty Pavilion, which means that bastard's definitely plotting new ways to kill Liu Yao. As our protagonist walks away, Liu Yao immediately shoots his shot with Sujin Yan, offering to team up so they can help each other out in this world. She politely turns him down, but Zhao takes it like a champ, saying they can always work together if they run into each other again. Sujin finds the whole situation funny. Not long ago she wanted to kick this bastard in the balls every time he showed his face. Now she's genuinely sitting there thinking of him as a friend. Cut to the third world death's approach, and Yao and his guild members are climbing out of grave pits that apparently serve as the safe zone's spawn point. Yao's pumping up his team, saying they should keep grinding levels to become the first guild to enter Jining province. But out of nowhere the bastard stomps down on Liu Yao's hand. Yao screams in pain and asks this idiot if he's blind or something, but this idiot doesn't care. He just looks at him and asks if Yao is the president of the Supreme Guild, and orders him to bring our boy to him. Yao gets up, jabs his finger right into the dude's chest, and tells him he's not special enough to order him around. Just then, one of his guild members nervously suggests calling our hero, since these guys look like high-level old-class users. But true to his loyalty, Yao refuses to drag Lu into this. That's when the man draws his weapon and threatens to kill Yao right here, unless he brings Lua to them. The man straight up stabs Yao right in the chest, but nothing happens. Everyone just freezes, staring like what the hell kind of cheat code is this? Now these thugs are seriously confused about how Yao and his scrub-tier guild even cleared the second world, when none of them are even level 20 yet. The real reason Yao tanked that hit like it was nothing is because of the game's protection system. If someone attacks you with a level difference of at least 10, you're basically invincible to them. One of Yao's guys says that they should make a run for it, but looking around at all these high-level mercs, escaping isn't happening. Since the thugs can't insta-kill them, they resort to the old-fashioned method, just beating the absolute shit out of them instead. And since these bastards are level 25 class shifters, protection system doesn't apply, so Yao and his boys are getting their asses handed to them. After the beatdown slows down, Yao's sitting on the ground looking like he went 10 rounds with a truck, while one of his members explains these guys are a notorious mercenary group who hunt other players and steal their loot. The thug boss crouches down and asks Yao one more time to call our protagonist, threatening to straight up kill him if he doesn't comply. Cut back to the real world and Lua's chilling on his hospital bed talking with the staff about his brother's treatment. They assure him they've received the payment and promise to take good care of his little bro. Our boy thanks them and hangs up, right after he checks his phone and sees a text from Liu Yao. Man actually sent him a massive amount of money to help out. Lua's relieved, thinking the hospital bill problem is finally solved and he can stop stressing, but then his phone rings again. This time it's one of the Supreme Guild members literally screaming and begging our hero to save their president, Liu Yao. Back in the alternate world, Yao and his crew are sitting on the ground with their heads down, completely surrounded by Chen Jun's hired thugs who are just waiting for our protagonist to show up. One of them reports to the boss that someone's approaching, and of course it's none other than Lu, walking up like he owns the place and ordering them to release Liu Yao and his men. The boss looks at him with this smug grin and says he's been paid a huge amount to kill Lu, so someone's dying today. No negotiations. Hearing this, Yao immediately starts throwing out counter-offers, promising each of them 100 million individually if they let everyone go. One of the thugs actually starts considering it, But the boss Luo's that down real quick, yelling at him to choose between life or money. He explains that Mr. Gu will probably kill them all if they fail this mission, so they're screwed either way. These idiots keep underestimating our boy, thinking he's just some weak beast tamer who got lucky. One of the mercs decides to test that theory and charges straight at Lu. Big mistake. Our hero casually freezes him solid with an ice skill like he's playing a tutorial level. Seeing his buddy turn into a popsicle, another bastard rushes in to attack, but Luo switches it up and roasts him with a fire skill, killing him instantly. The boss is standing there absolutely dumbfounded, unable to comprehend how a low-level player is effortlessly wiping level 25 warriors. Realizing his men are useless, he decides to handle this personally, and attacks our hero from behind, actually managing to land a hit and injure Luo. Seeing blood, the boss gets super hyped and immediately rushes in for another attack, going for the kill. By now, Luo's figured out this guy's a level 30 assassin, which explains why he's so damn fast compared to the fodder enemies. So our boy immediately summons his armored scorpion, but this assassin, bro's moving like he installed speed hacks. The scorpion's still materializing, and this dude's already in Luo's face, ready to send him to the Shadow Realm. Our protagonist realizes he's about to get absolutely deleted and just braces himself, thinking, "Welp, this is how I go out." But then Sujin comes flying in clutch, hitting the assassin with her confining flaming light skill and freezing this fool in place while Luo gets ready to return the favor. Our boy doesn't waste a single second and launches a fireball straight at this man's face, landing a clean hit. The assassin standing there completely mind-blown that some level 20 beast tamer just dealt actual damage to him, and keep in mind bro's a level 30 assassin dripped out in full gold armor. After they finish him off, Lu thanks Sujin for always showing up at the perfect moment whenever he's about to get sent back to the main menu. She acts all casual about it, dropping some poetic line about how they're connected by fate, but let's be real, she's just been hardcore stalking his online status like some kind of obsessed gamer girlfriend. Yao and his whole guild start apologizing like crazy for getting Lu caught up in their mess, since this whole situation started because of their beef. Our protagonist tells them to chill though, explaining that these assassins were gunning for him anyway, so they're good. Then Sujin chimes in, saying she's pretty sure Chen Zhon's the one pulling the strings behind all this because that snake's been acting sketchy as hell lately. Now they're trying to connect the dots, so our boy switches gears and asks who they're actually dealing with here. Yao explains these guys are part of some assassin mercenary group, basically a small organization that's been terrorizing players for the past 10 years. Sujin adds that there's over 50 assassins in the group, but somehow not a single one of them has managed to break past level 30. Hearing this, Yao's confused as hell, asking how you spend an entire decade in this world, and you're still stuck at level 30? Like bro, what have you even been doing this whole time? Playing on hard mode for fun? Lu drops some game knowledge, explaining that you need a second job class to break through that level 30 ceiling. Without it, that's your hard cap. You're literally hard stuck forever. One of the Supreme Guild members has this oh shit moment and yells out that these assassins have been trapped in this world for 10 years, just robbing other players for their equipment, which honestly makes sense considering all the gold tier gear they're flexing. Unlike everyone else though, Yao's not buying the theory because he literally offered them straight cash earlier, and if they were really just after the bag, they would have taken his offer instantly and bounced. So our protagonist suggests that someone's probably forcing these assassins to do this dirty work, which means they're definitely coming back for round 2, probably angrier this time. Yao warns they need to figure something out fast because next time they might not be lucky enough to survive getting jumped by a whole squad of level 30 players. At this point, Luo asks if Yao can pull some strings and get equipment crafted from the Xiao family since they're apparently tight with them. Luo asks what kind of gear he needs, and our hero says anything under level 20 works fine, but it absolutely must have the Heart of Demon effect, like that's non-negotiable. As he walks away, Yao's standing there scratching his head, wondering what's so damn special about this specific equipment. Luo just says their survival in this world literally depends on it, being all dramatic and mysterious like some anime protagonist. Back in the real world, Chen Zhon is having a complete meltdown, screaming at the assassin for getting his ass handed to him by a beast tamer of all classes. The guy he's yelling at is Pei Qi, the leader of the mercenary group, who promises Chen Zhon that he'll personally go delete this dude himself this time, no more screw-ups. Chen Zhon tells him not to mess it up like his useless teammates did, probably threatening his pay or something. Meanwhile, our hero's back to the grind, training while thinking about the mercenary group and fully knowing he's not strong enough yet to go toe-to-toe with them in a fair fight. For the third world's completion requirements, he needs to raise his tomb's defense stat from 300 all the way up to 2000, which is a massive jump by the way, plus complete at least one task with a difficulty rating above 300. After checking off those boxes, they can finally attempt the boss monster fight and hopefully get the hell out of this death game. On top of all that fun, there's this lovely mechanic where the god of death launches attacks every single night at exactly midnight for 10 minutes straight. And here's the really messed up part. If any player doesn't make it back to their tomb during that window, or if their tomb's defense drops to 0 during the assault, they're instantly dead. This means even these assassin bastards have to retreat to their own tombs every night to survive, and that's literally Luo's only window to fight them on somewhat equal footing, since they can't just camp his spawn point 24/7. For now, our boy's just waiting for Luo to hit him up, confirming the special equipment's ready. Soon enough, Yao sends him a message saying it's done, and after a bit, he comes running to our boy with this staff in hand. Our protagonist takes the staff, inspects it, and is absolutely impressed. The effects are exactly what he wanted, perfectly tailored to his master plan. Now that Yao's handed over the goods, he's really curious about what our boy is planning to do with this thing. He's already getting hyped because he assumes they're about to go on the offensive and attack those assassin bastards directly. So Yao drops some intel about the enemy, telling our boy how he's heard that the assassins are camping at the entrance of the safe zone, planning to ambush and kill the Supreme Guild members the second they step outside the protected area. But nah, our boy shakes his head and tells Yao he's got completely different plans brewing. Just then, a system notification pops up on everyone's screens, warning all players to head to their graves immediately, because the God of Death is about to launch his nightly attack. After reading the notification, Yao immediately orders his guildmates to head to their graves and get inside before the death timer starts. But right as everyone's about to move, those assassin bastards show up at the edge of the safe zone. Yao absolutely freaks out seeing them appear, but our boy stays calm and tells him to relax because they're still inside the safe zone, which means those guys literally can't touch them due to game mechanics. While these assassins are standing there mocking the Supreme Guild members, talking mad trash about how they're dead meat, the moment they step outside, our boy had already started putting his master plan into motion. He tells Yao and the rest of the party to head to their graves right now and wait for him there, adding one crucial instruction: don't leave the safe zone until he comes back. Seeing him preparing to leave, Yao's completely confused and panicking, asking where the hell he's planning to go with the death timer counting down. But Luo just opens up a teleport portal without explaining anything, and in the next second he was gone, leaving everyone standing there like what the actual hell just happened. So the scene cuts to our boy Luo just wandering around until he finally spots what he's been looking for: the gravekeeper Li Hua, who's literally shaking in his boots about this God of Death situation. Luo walks up like, "Yo, you need help or what?" And Li Hua's mind is blown because an actual player is willing to help instead of running away like everyone else. So naturally, he dumps a massive quest on our boy, head east to the City of Death and the Holy Light Cemetery, and completely massacre the skeleton army posted up there. Apparently, these bony boys are the God of Death's main crew, and if someone wipes them all out, the ruler of Death will definitely wake up. And since that's literally what our hero's been trying to do this whole time, he accepts immediately, without a second thought. The Gravekeeper wishes him luck as he bounces, then the system window pops up with the mission details, and it's absolutely insane. Kill 300 skeleton warriors, 300 skeleton archers, 300 skeleton mages, and 300 regular skeletons. Oh, and he's got 3 days to pull this off, even though the game labels this as a normal mission by third world standards, compared to the undead catastrophe from the second world. This is actually stupid hard to solo. Plus, there's this fun little bonus catch: if you leave the Holy Light Cemetery during the mission, you're basically choosing death. Fast forward a bit, and we see our boy absolutely going toe-to-toe with the God of Death himself. Luo takes one hit straight to the face, and a system window pops up telling him he just lost almost all his defense, and his grave only has 121 hit points left. Now, our protagonist is rocking equipment made from darkness, devil's eyes, and the heart of a demon, because apparently regular gear is for losers. Thanks to this setup, he's actually resisting the damage from the ruler of death. He's mentally giving himself a pat on the back, like, damn, getting this staff made with the evil heart material was genius, because it's literally the perfect counter for fighting the God of Death. Without it, your health and strength don't mean anything. If you're within this boss's range, you're just slowly dying no matter what, but the evil heart gives you immunity against demon attacks. In his previous life, Luo discovered this by pure chance when he was in the fourth world, that equipment like this can only be crafted by a seriously skilled craftsman, and you definitely can't get these APA weapons in the third world unless you've got connections to someone who can make them. Even though he had this equipment in his last life too, compared to this version, the old one was nowhere near as reliable. Meanwhile, back in the safe zone, Yao is looking scared as hell about the God of Death situation. One of his guys is freaking out about needing to raise their level because otherwise their tomb's defense will instantly drop to 0, which means instant death. That's when Chen Jun shows up. He starts mocking Yao for not leaving the safe zone like a coward. One of Jun's crew suggests they should also focus on leveling up, but Chen Jun completely loses it on him, screaming that their only mission is finding our hero, and they need to focus on that. The guy tries to defend himself, saying he is doing his mission, then warns Chen Jun not to harm Chi-Chi, otherwise he'll regret it. Chen Jun just coldly says it depends on his obedience. If he completes his mission, he'll get his daughter back. So yeah, this scumbag is straight up blackmailing people by holding someone's kid hostage. As he's walking away from Lu Yao, Chen Jun suggests he should tell them where Ludi is hiding. Otherwise he's going to get killed either by them or by the ruler of death. You can see the anger all over Yao's face as he completely despises Chen Jun, who looks down on lower-ranked players like they're garbage. Just then, Sujin comes running into the scene asking where Ludi is. One of the guys claims he went missing after taking the equipment from Yao. But then a thought hits all of their minds at once. They're all thinking Ludi used them to get the equipment, so he could fight the demon with it, and now he's run away, leaving them behind to fight the assassin group and die in this Holy Light Cemetery hellhole. Unlike everyone else though, Lu Yao isn't doubting our protagonist, because he actually believes in him. Right at that moment, Lu Yao gets a message from Lu asking for help. Yao immediately starts bragging about it, while Sujin Yan is getting jealous as hell that Lu Yao reached out to Lu Yao instead of her. Now she's sitting there thinking she needs to do something to make him realize she's way better than Yao. After this, Lu Yu reports everything to our hero, how Chen Jun entered the third world with 10 high-level assassins, and how he's blackmailing everyone by kidnapping the daughter of the highest-ranked person. Then he asks our boy where he's at. Lu Yao doesn't hesitate and straight up tells him, "I'm in the City of Death." Sometime later, while walking through the City of Death, Sujin's like, "Yeah, this isn't going to be easy. Most of these monsters are between levels 25 and 28. Right at that moment, a hand bursts out of the ground, which makes Sujin scream like it's a horror movie. As the monster is about to attack her, someone freezes it with an ice cone technique out of nowhere. Then a hand reaches out to hold her. It's Lu Yao, Lu Yao. While holding Sujin by her waist, our hero casually kills the monster, and Sujin's face is turning red because she's feeling shy as hell. Luo just saved her again, just like he did in the first world, and she's definitely catching feelings. Meanwhile, back in the safe zone, these dudes are gossiping about Chen Jun and their own leader, who helped Jun clear the second world. One guy can't wrap his head around why their leader would do that, while another's like, "Bro, don't think too much of it. As long as someone throws cash at him, he'll literally do anything." The assassin whose daughter is being held hostage by Chen Jun is just sitting there plotting our boy's brutal murder in his head. Then he spots someone with a cloak over their head, booking it out of there. He tries to catch them but fails miserably, so he just shrugs and thinks, whatever, they're dead meat in here anyway. A bit later, this cloak dude approaches Lu Yao and spills all the tea about the assassins, how they're hunting for someone named Zhang Yu and planning to kill him inside the graveyard. Lu Yao shakes hands with the player, tells him the payment's coming, and then basically goes, "Keep your mouth, Lu Yao, about this, or else." The guy thanks him and gets the hell out of there. Meanwhile, one of the Supreme Guild members is like, "Yo, Luo boss totally using us. We should rat him out to the mercenaries and get rid of him." But Yao's not having any of it, saying Luo boss isn't using anyone. He genuinely wants them to go back to the safe zone. The member's like, "Bro, there's no way he can fight those high-level mercenaries alone." But Yao tells the man, unlike literally everyone else, this guy's got complete faith in our hero. The scene shifts back to the City of Death. Sujin's standing there thanking our protagonist and asking how his leveling's going. He casually mentions he's only managed to increase one level, which is pretty slow according to him. Sujin's jaw literally drops because she's thinking, "Slow? Dude, I haven't seen you for a couple of days and you've already leveled up once." Meanwhile, our hero's brain is working overtime, trying to figure out how to survive against the ruler of death, because the graveyard's defense can only tank 3 attacks. So basically, if people don't get murdered by the killer mercenaries, they'll get absolutely wrecked by the god of death within 2 days. After thinking for a bit, he asks Sujin about potions, saying he needs them ASAP but promises to pay her 120% of what they're worth. Sujin checks her inventory and hands him 6 different potions, all brewed by her sister. While giving him the goods, she realizes he's gearing up for the fight against the assassins, but our hero corrects her. Nah, he needs these to boost his power even more than the mercenaries, and it needs to last at least 3 days. Since humans have actual limits in this world, unlike some isekai protagonists we know, Sujin gets worried about him pushing too hard, but Luo's like, "Nah, I have to do this." Seeing how determined this idiot is, she offers to help out. The problem is, our protagonist doesn't want her getting involved because these monsters are seriously dangerous, and he'd rather not have her death on his conscience. She whips out some new equipment and goes, "Look, with this gear, I won't fall behind." Our boy lets out this nervous laugh and finally caves, agreeing to let her tag along. Now he's scrambling to remake his entire strategy because he actually wants to keep her alive, while Sujin's over here all excited to fight alongside her crush. This mission's going to last 3 days, and with where they're at right now, they'll have to grind like absolute maniacs to level up and upgrade the equipment from his past life. Luo also remembers this level 25 secret realm called Skeleton Island. This place is apparently perfect for power leveling. You know that classic gaming strategy where you just murder the same enemies over and over until your stats look respectable? Getting the secret realm scroll as a reward and finishing the mission should be enough for leveling up. As for Sujin, she's completely down to help him speedrun this thing. As they accept the challenge, a portal pops up in front of them like always. They step through and boom, they're on Skeleton Island, where this NPC mage named Lao Rui is just chilling like he's on vacation. Like any typical mage NPC, he asks our hero if he's here to fight monsters. When Luo says yeah, Lao Rui hands him a token and wishes him luck so he doesn't get his ass kicked by some undead creature. The moment he accepts the token, a notification pops up saying that after killing every skeleton monster, he'll get 10 refining chances. Each one costs at least 20 alternate energy, and if he's lucky, he might score a gold mission too. Sujin notices his stressed out expression and asks what's wrong. Our protagonist explains that the secret realm has a chance to refine to gold order, but it takes forever and burns through resources like crazy. Hearing this, Sujin gets worried too, since refining eats up tons of alternate energy, which most regular players don't even have enough of. Our boy glances at her with this cocky smirk and brags, "I'll never run out of alternate energy." Now they push forward to complete the mission, slashing through monsters left and right. After fighting what feels like a million demons, the order still hasn't changed to gold, and Sujin's looking absolutely exhausted. I mean, can you blame her? They've been grinding for hours at this point. After even more monster genocide, he finally manages to refine it to gold order. Now he's got exactly 2 hours to level up before the order disappears again. And folks, you know our glorious idiot, this man is always ready to throw hands and is more than pumped to level up. Looking at the golden order, Luo's like, yo, we got this, because unlike everyone else, we're stupidly lucky. Sujin, on the other hand, is thinking their success is actually because of his unlimited alternate energy. Now they're getting ready to fight the Death God, which could show up literally any second. Since the Golden Order only lasts 2 hours, they have to head back to the secret realm first, because there are some high-level dungeons there that'll definitely help them clap some enemies. But first, using the Golden Order, Lua upgrades Skull Island into a hidden secret realm. Their mission? Kill 40 skeleton warriors and the Guardian who just so happens to be the skeleton General Hera. The portal opens up in front of them, and this level 26 physical-type boss monster comes riding out on a horse with a whole skeleton army behind him. This boss monster immediately orders his crew to wipe out anyone who steps foot in their territory. Seeing this absolute unit, our hero suggests luring the skeleton squad away because fighting these high-level monsters head-on would be suicide. Smart thinking for once. As planned, Lua and Sujin start booking it, while the skeleton army chases them down. Our protagonist asks her how many she can control at once, but Sujin has no clue since she's never actually tested it before. So our hero tells her to hide somewhere and control as many monsters as she can, which will make killing them way easier. Moving forward, he's now standing directly in front of the skeleton army like he's challenging them to a dance-off or something. The second they charge at our hero, he yells at Sujin to make her move. She starts controlling them while our protagonist roasts them alive using fire attacks. It's like watching someone play a tower defense game, except he is the tower. Seeing his entire army getting massacred by some random human, the boss monster is pissed. He decides to handle this personally and charges at Lua and Sujin himself. Our boy checks the stats of this boss monster and immediately starts stressing because his own stats are complete trash compared to it. Like we're talking David versus Goliath levels of mismatch here. Meanwhile, Sujin's energy is dropped like crazy from controlling so many monsters at once. Girl's probably running on fumes at this point. The boss monster is about to skewer our hero with his spear when Sujin finally uses her controlling powers on it. Talk about clutch timing. Seeing his only chance, Lua unleashes everything he's got and absolutely demolishes the demon with a massive attack. Sujin praising our boy while he asks her to help him with something else. On the flip side, the boss monster is already trying to get back up because apparently it's not dead yet. The scene shifts to Chen Jun, who's standing right in front of the secret realm portal, looking all menacing. His guild members are asking why the hell he's just standing there like a creep, and he explains that since the rules changed after the realm got activated, he's blocking outsiders from entering because he wants to find out who activated it. Chen Jun then orders his men to kill whoever comes out of the portal. What a welcoming committee. Just then an announcement pops up about the first person who cleared the secret realm, and it's none other than Sujin Yan. Seeing her walking out of the exit, Chen Jun gets excited and asks if she's the one who activated it. When she confirms it, Chen Jun starts yelling about how he would have closed the entrance to help her if he'd known. Yeah, sure, buddy, we totally believe you were going to help out of the goodness of your heart. She fires back saying she doesn't want anyone's help and actually wants to keep all the rewards for herself. She did the work, she deserves the loot. As she's about to walk away, one of the killer mercenaries stops her, dropping some knowledge. The person who activates the hidden secret realm after clearing it doesn't actually get the bounty scroll as a reward, which means she didn't enter the realm alone. Someone else is still in there. Seeing them getting suspicious, Sujin's freaking the hell out. She quickly thinks on her feet and makes up some BS story about how it was actually her best friend who opened the secret realm, and she just swooped in and cleared it before her friend could. The assassin's not really buying it though, and keeps pushing, asking about this mysterious friend. Sujin says her friend already dipped, then she gets all aggressive and starts going off on Chen Jun, yelling at him for letting his goons interrogate her right in front of him. And folks, as we know, when it comes to Sujin, this bastard thinks from his little head instead of his big one, so he immediately tells his goons to let her go. As she's walking away, Jun tries to shoot his shot like the simp he is, and asks her out for a meal. Cedric immediately lures him down, telling him to stop following her. After she's gone, Chen Jun turns to one of his guys and asks if he's absolutely sure Ludus is still trapped in the safe zone and not running around in the secret realm. His guild members confirm they saw our protagonist trying to leave earlier, but couldn't get past the guards at the entrance. Since tonight's the last night, Jun makes it crystal clear that Ludus cannot get out before midnight. Why? Because after that, his tomb's defense drops to 0, which means instant death. Then the scene shifts to Cedric, who finally makes it to the woods and calls out for our boy. Right on cue, our protagonist steps out from behind this massive rock. The second she sees him, she starts rambling about how terrified she was that Chen Jun might have spotted him after she came out of the portal. She also asks if Luda knew Chen Jun and those mercenaries would be camping outside. Luda explains that since Chen Jun hired such expensive assassins, it was pretty obvious he'd show up to see who bagged the rewards and probably try to rob them blind. Sejik finally gets why our hero asked her for that favor back in the secret realm to deliver the final blow on the monster, so his name wouldn't pop up in the announcement and blow his cover. Our boy apologizes for using her like that, explaining he didn't want any drama after his identity got exposed. But Sujin's cool about it and says she's actually happy to help. Now they finally get a chance to breathe and start checking out their loot. The first reward is this insane magic shield that looks sick as hell. The only problem now is figuring out how to sneak back into the holy cemetery without Chenjun noticing. Once they pull that off, they can officially hit level 25 and start flexing. Sujin suggests using her sister's connections to help out, since the enemy is level 30, which means their current strength isn't going to cut it. But our hero gently puts his hand on her head like she's a puppy, and tells her to stop worrying so much. Sujin's face immediately turns red, and she gets all shy and flustered. In her excitement, she whips out this bounty scroll she grabbed earlier and asks if they should crack it open. Now, quick info dump, because the author wants us to know this stuff. Tasks in the alternate world are split into 3 types: regular, hidden, and bounty quests. Hidden quests are super rare and basically jackpot material. Bounty quests have the highest uncertainty, but their rewards aren't as insane as hidden quests. Also, they've been chugging potions like alcoholics the past few days, so they desperately need a chance to make more money before they go broke. As they crack open the bounty chest, a monster just spawns out of nowhere. They're still trying to process what's happening, when the system congratulates them on pulling a level 28 Golden Shelton King monster and asks if they want to upgrade the completed task. Since Sujin has absolutely no clue what that means, our boy explains that choosing to upgrade means throwing away their current rewards, and if they fail, all their hard work goes straight down the toilet. Luo admits he might have chosen to upgrade if he was solo, but he doesn't want to risk getting exposed to Chenjun after all the sneaky shit they just pulled. But Sujin, being the risk-taker she is, insists they should take this rare opportunity before Chenjun finds out about it and ruins everything. Our hero thinks about it for a second, agrees with her logic, and accepts the upgrade. A notification pops up announcing the hidden quest upgrade: Hunt the Shelton King. They've got exactly 1 hour to complete it, or they're screwed. Looking at the reward list, Sujin's hyped as hell, but our hero knows this is going to be tough as nails since there are only 2 of them, and this thing's a level 28 king monster. Not exactly a fair fight. Suddenly they hear people whispering nearby about the boss monster spawning in the area. Luo quickly covers Sujin's mouth with his hand and hides both of them behind this massive rock. Meanwhile, Chenjun is heading straight toward the monster, practically drooling over the potential rewards. When he sees it's a level 28 king demon, Chenjun looks absolutely terrified but still orders the killer mercenaries to attack and wear it down. Of course, he's saving the final blow for himself, because he wants all the credit without doing any real work. Classic move, the leader of the mercenaries explains the strategy to his team like they're planning a heist, then charges straight at the demon. Following their game plan, they attack one by one in these coordinated strikes that actually look pretty badass. Meanwhile, Sujin and our boy are still chilling behind the rock, silently watching the whole fight go down. Sujin whispers and wonders if our hero is just waiting for them to drain the monster's stamina first, before swooping in. In response, Luo drops some Chinese idiom that basically translates to walking straight into danger without even realizing the danger's right there, which is exactly what Chenjun and his goons are doing right now. They have no idea our protagonist is waiting to steal their kill like the sneaky bastard he is. Meanwhile, Sujin's watching these mercenaries throw hands with this boss monster, and she's genuinely impressed, thinking, damn, these guys are pretty strong. Meanwhile, Luo is over here doing the whole tactical analysis thing, noticing how they're working together like a well-oiled murder machine, and yeah, it's actually pretty effective. But then the mercenary leader gets this weird feeling that something's off, like that spider sense tingling vibe, and he starts whispering to one of his crew members about it. In the background, Chenjun is screaming at the assassins, telling them to hurry up and kill the damn monster already. One of the assassin members sees an opportunity here and starts talking trash about Chenjun to their leader, basically trying to turn him against Jun, and honestly, it works perfectly. The leader gets pissed as hell, and in his rage he attacks this random rock, except that's the exact rock Luo and Sujin are hiding behind. The rock explodes into pieces, and our 2 protagonists are just standing there like, well shit. Our boy steps forward trying to play it cool, even though he definitely didn't plan on getting exposed like this. The assassin leader immediately squares up, challenging Luo to a fight because he thinks our protagonist is looking down on them. Then Chenjun spots Luo and absolutely freaks out, yelling, "What the hell are you doing here? You're supposed to be stuck in the safe zone." And it gets even better because Sujin's there too, but she just hits him with the worry about yourself instead of me, which makes Chenjun even more furious. This man is so mad he orders the mercenaries to execute their deal, and the leader tells his guys to round up everyone from the safe zone. The assassin leader dashes at our protagonist with some serious speed, and Luo, being the gentleman he is, pushes Sujin out of the way and takes the hit himself, hitting the ground hard. The mercenaries standing over him talking that big game, saying he'll kill Luo with his own hands, but Sujin isn't having it. She jumps in saying she'll never let anyone harm our boy, and while she's got the mercenary distracted, Luo pulls off some absolute anime protagonist shit and uses 3 magics at the same time on this guy, leaving the leader pretty damn injured. Meanwhile, the boss monster is going completely berserk, and the other assassins are getting their asses handed to them, screaming for help. The leader glances at Lulo and Sujin, then dashes toward the monster while our boy's thinking, how can I finesse this situation and get the kill? So he suggests they focus on killing the boss first. Cut to the safe zone, and Lulo and his crew are having a whole crisis meeting about how to survive. One guy suggests they should have just handed Lulo over to the assassins, and everyone just goes quiet, even Lulo. Then they see the mercenaries leaving the safe zone and everyone breathes this massive sigh of relief. But Lulo's still worried, thinking the assassins might have figured out that our hero isn't even in the safe zone anymore. One of his group members tells him to stop worrying about Lulu, because they need to focus on killing monsters, or everyone's going to die here. But Yao's not about to abandon our protagonist, if these mercenaries are really after him. His whole group is shocked, like, wait, you're serious? After thinking it through, Lu tells all the guild members to head toward the City of Death, and even offers to double their salary if they come with him. Then this absolute legend starts walking out of the safe zone alone to help our boy. The others are whispering behind his back, but then they remember the money and start following him anyway because nobody's turning down that paycheck. Back at the monster fight, the leader's charging at the boss while yelling that his team's only job is to weaken it because he's the one who's going to get the kill. So they hit the monster with some flowing light magic, but suddenly the boss monster just swats this dude with its giant hand like he's a fly, slamming him into the ground with full force. Now all three parties are just staring at each other in this Mexican standoff situation. Chen Zhuan looks scared shitless, and then the monster makes its move, attacking them first. Lulo and Sujin team up, ready to take down the monster together. But right at this moment, the assassin leader comes running at our hero from behind because hell no, he's not about to let our protagonist steal his boss's kill that easily. The bastard is about to backshot our boy, when someone comes out of nowhere firing fireballs here and there, making him miss completely. It's the Supreme Guild members that Yao sent to protect Lulo. Our protagonist has got himself a whole backup squad now. The assassin leader immediately sees this and yells at his crew to fight back, so now it's a full-on guild war breaking out while our boy stays laser-focused on that boss monster. The mercenary leader's watching Luo and thinking, how the hell is someone this young, this cracked? But there's no way he's letting some kid steal his boss's kill, so he charges at our hero again. Except Sujin pulls the same move as before, using her control powers on him. Now the leader's getting real tired of her interference, and even though he knows Chen Jun would never let him kill her, he's had enough. He breaks free with some magic and drives his sword straight into Sujin's chest. Our boy sees this happen, and his first thought is literally, damn, there goes my paycheck for helping her complete this alternate world. Meanwhile, Sujin's lying on the floor telling him good luck before she gets yeeted back to the real world because of the game's death rules. Now Lulu's pissed and decides it's time to end this. He goes full anime mode, unleashing 3 magics at once, and just spamming attacks to deal maximum damage. After absolutely demolishing this monster, he finally kills the boss and the system pops up congratulating him on completing the mission. Yao and his crew are still chilling at a distance when they see smoke rising from where our boy is, and they're like, yeah, that's definitely Lulu. He killed it. Our protagonist just acquired a defensive skill from the secret realm that was clutch for beating the boss. He's thinking about leveling up when suddenly the system asks if he wants to absorb the Golden Skeleton King as his pet. Our boy gets hyped as hell and immediately accepts because who wouldn't want a Skeleton King pet? Back to Chen Jun's bitch ass, he's still blackmailing the assassin leader, threatening his daughter and demanding he bring back whatever loot the boss dropped or else. The leader tries to grab our protagonist but fails miserably. Chen threatens him again and this time the leader just snaps. Instead of going after Luluo, he straight up rushes Chen Jun and delivers a devastating kick right to his chest, dropping him to the ground. With his sword pointed at Chen's throat, he threatens to kill him if he even thinks about touching his daughter. Chen tries to play it cool and change the subject, warning that if they don't kill Luo now, his level and strength are just going to keep skyrocketing. The leader walks away from Chen Jun confident as hell, saying he's strong enough to kill our hero whenever he wants. Meanwhile, Yao and his guild are freaking the hell out because Luo left them behind in enemy territory. The assassin leader spots them and is about to order his squad to kill them all. But Chen Jun stops him because he's got a galaxy brain plan. He knows Luo will definitely come back to save Yao, so they can use them as bait. Cut back to our protagonist. He's hit level 25 now and is ready to keep that boss monster as his pet. Then he gets a message from the general of the Misty Pavilion Guild, who's trying to guilt trip him hardcore, saying Sujin died because of him, and that the Supreme Guild members are trapped because they tried to save his ass, yet he just ran away like a coward. Our boy also gets a text from Sujin telling him to wait for her so they can team up and take down the assassins together. But Lua doesn't even hesitate. He rejects that idea immediately, because he's planning to solo the leader himself as revenge for killing her. The scene shifts, and we see Yao all beaten up, like his face is absolutely fucked up, swollen, and covered in bruises, and he's quietly praying for Lua to show up and save their asses. And right on cue, our boy walks into the scene like the main character he is. Chen Jun sees him and lets out this evil-ass laugh, thinking, this idiot actually showed up. Yao immediately starts begging Lua for help, his voice desperate as hell. Our protagonist walks straight toward Chen Jun and the assassin leader with zero fear, basically saying, you guys want to kill me so bad? Come try it then. The leader suggests they should let Luo get closer before attacking, but Chen Jun's cocky ass is like, nah, we don't need strategy to kill some low-level beast tamer. Then he orders one of his goons to do something, and that something is kicking Yao, who gets dragged over and dropped in front of our hero. Seeing him all beaten up, Luo tells Yao to leave because he can handle this solo. But Yao, with his face looking like a punching bag, is trying to warn him that these mercenaries are actually cracked and he should run. Our boy refuses to back down though, so Yao promises if he retreats now, he'll definitely send reinforcements. Standing in front of the assassin leader and his crew, Luo just grins and challenges them to fight. They immediately rush at him, ready to end his whole career. But then our boy pulls the ultimate power move and summons his Dark Skeleton King, the pet he got from the boss. Both Chen Jun and the leader's faces go pale as hell. Seeing this thing, they are like, what the hell? Cut back to a few moments earlier when Luo got his new pet. This bastard immediately realized that his little pet scorpion wasn't going to cut it anymore, and made the most heartless move. He fed the skelly to his new pet. That thing straight up ate the scorpion and evolved into this rare Dark Skeleton King, unlocking a bunch of new skills in the process. Luo even got himself a whole necromancer suit after refining it. He snagged several demon slayer items. He also equipped defensive boots to buff up his defense, and with the warrior attributes stacking, his offense got buffed too. After all this grinding and preparation, our hero finally felt ready to throw hands. Back in the present, the Dark Skeleton King launches an attack on the mercenaries and wipes out a bunch of them in one hit. Everyone's just standing there like, what the hell? Chen Jun assesses the situation and starts screaming at the leader to handle this himself if he wants his daughter to stay alive. The leader's preparing to fight our protagonist, but he's also internally planning to kill Chen Jun too after this is over. So he decided to attack our boy, thinking as long as he takes care of him, his pets would be useless, so he charged at our boy at full speed, but Luo blocks the blow with his staff like it's nothing. Our boy smiles, looks at this idiot and asks him, did you really think that I'm defenseless? And attacks the leader from behind in a complete sneak attack. As the monster backshots him from behind, our boy also joins the party and blasts him with magic, sending this man flying across the ground like a ragdoll. The mercenary leader's lying there in complete disbelief, probably thinking, how did I get violated this badly? The other mercenaries are trying to fight the Dark Skeleton King but getting absolutely cooked. The assassin leader realizes what's up and yells at his crew to focus on killing Luo first, since he's the one controlling this monster. He breaks down the strategy. 2 high-agility mercenaries need to distract the skeleton, while everyone else jumps our protagonist. They rush at our boy and one of them is about to land a hit, when plot twist, the Supreme Guild members that Yao sent finally arrive on the scene. Their leader steps forward and introduces himself as Li Xiao Yao, the vice president of the Supreme Guild, basically saying, the cavalry's here, bitch. Our boy thanks him but also tells them they can dip whenever, if things get too dangerous, because he's not trying to get them killed. Xiao Yao's like, nah, we're good, and orders his men to advance. They start absolutely decimating the mercenaries one by one, turning this into a massacre. The assassin leader's watching in complete disbelief, while our hero's hyped as hell, seeing the reinforcements, but the leader refuses to give up and is about to attack when suddenly he gets a message from one of his members. It says that Sujin successfully rescued his daughter, Chi-Chi, and she's safe now. Reading this, the man literally sheds a tear of happiness and immediately commands all his men to stop fighting. Chen Jun keeps screaming at him, still threatening the leader about his daughter, because this idiot doesn't know she's already been saved. The assassin leader has had enough of this bastard. He grabs Chen Jun and starts choking him out brutally, announcing that he already has his daughter back and now Chen's about to meet his maker. Chen Jun starts begging for his life like the coward he is, but the leader doesn't hesitate. He drives his sword straight into Chen's chest, ending him right there. Luo asks the assassin leader if he is not a bit concerned about killing Chen Jun, since the guy was dangerous, but the mercenary leader just says his family comes first. After that, he falls to his knees and apologizes to our boy, asking him to thank Sujin on his behalf. He even promises to try to make up for all the lives he's taken. But then Xiaoyao steps up and drops the bomb. 235 of their guild members were killed by these mercenaries, and now they want revenge. All the assassins are terrified as hell, but their leader orders them not to move. Meanwhile, Lu is standing there ready to end the leader because he's got a strong urge to avenge Sujin. As the boss man was dying, he was thinking how this damage is abnormal. He's sure our boy is not a normal guy, huh? Like, what the hell, bro? Think about your daughter or something. Really, you are kicking the bucket, and this is your last thought. So now the mercenaries are standing there absolutely ready to throw down with Lu because he just deleted their boss. Like, you can see the murder in their eyes. They're cracking their knuckles, loading their weapons. But then everyone's phones buzz at the same time, and they all check their messages, and it's from their supposedly dead leader saying, yo, thanks to Lu and his buddy, I got Chi-Chi back. If any of you touch a hair on their heads, you're out of the guild. Don't test me. These mercenaries are going through it, man. You can see denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance flash across their faces in like 5 seconds flat. Meanwhile, our boy Luo is just standing there watching their expressions change, having absolutely zero clue what's happening. He's probably thinking they're all having synchronized strokes or something. Then Li Xiaoyao, The Supreme Guild's vice president starts absolutely losing his mind because the mercenaries are walking toward them. But Luo's like, bro, chill, deep breaths, we're good. And holy shit, are they good? Because every single mercenary just drops to their knees like they're proposing. They start going on about how they want to repay all the Supreme Guild members they killed and don't want their boss taking all the heat alone. Now Luo sees his chance and drops this whole speech about unity, fighting common enemies together, protecting family and defending the Dragon Nation. He's standing there looking all dramatic, then he hits them with they have to pay double the economic damage to the Supreme Guild and help them clear the Third World. The mercenaries don't even hesitate. They're like, say less fam, because honestly, they're getting off easy. They killed a bunch of people and all they have to do is throw some money around and run a dungeon. The scene shifts and our boy walks out of the portal, and Xiaoyao's watching him leave, finally getting why Yao fanboys over this dude so hard. When our hero strolls into the safe zone, other players are absolutely gawking at his dark skeleton pet. They're probably thinking, how the hell did this guy get something that rare? Meanwhile, Luo's checking out the pet's stats, which are pretty cracked except for the skills section. Then he remembers he snagged 2 skill books as rewards and figures, now's a good time to use them. While he's still in his menu messing with his pet, Sujin comes sprinting over yelling his name. Her first question isn't, hey how are you, or glad you're alive. Nope, it's did you kill Chen Jun? Luo explains that while he definitely tried to turn Chen Jun into a respawn screen, it was actually Pai Chi, the assassin leader who landed the finishing blow. Sujin looks relieved as hell, which makes Luo curious about why she's so pressed about it. She explains that Chen Jun is the only son of Chen Tian who loves his kid, so it's only natural that he'll go full Liam Neeson. I will find you mode on whoever killed him. Luo's standing there thinking about how Sujin is the real MVP. First she sacrificed herself back there and now she's running all the way here to warn him about potential revenge plots. At first Sujin gets this hopeful look in her eyes thinking maybe he's finally realized she's got feelings for him. Like, you can see the shoujo manga sparkles forming around her head. But then our dense protagonist calls her a loyal partner, and you can literally watch her soul leave her body, with disappointment in her eyes. She's probably thinking, partner, I literally died for you. She switches gears and asks how he plans to make it up to her since she lost a resurrection and dropped a level all because of him. Luo promises to help her clear the alternate world but says they should do it tomorrow because today they need to head back to the real world and actually rest like normal human beings. Cut to the real world and our boy's back to his apartment, feeling all relieved and ready to crash. But of course, because peace is illegal in protagonist land, he gets a call from an unknown number. When he answers, the voice thanks him, it's Pai Chi. Turns out he got Luo's number from Sujin because he wanted to officially thank him for everything. Looking at his daughter sleeping peacefully or whatever, Pai Chi explains he'd do anything for her, which is why he did what he did. The dude also promises to quit all the shady underground shit and start running things legitimately by actually clearing alternate worlds properly. Our boy praises him for making the right choice. The next day rolls around and Luo wakes up to someone knocking at his door. He opens it to find a delivery guy with a parcel, asking him to sign for it. Now our hero didn't order anything, so he's immediately suspicious. But when he opens the envelope, he finds an invitation to the professional tournament, and his jaw literally drops. Holding this fancy-ass invitation, he's wondering if someone recognized him, or is the sender maybe another reincarnator, like him? Someone else who got sent back in time and knows who he really is. As he was thinking about what to make of this situation, his phone buzzed with a notification. He checks it and it's a message from someone telling him to look at the news ASAP. He opens it up and Jesus Christ, apparently some psychos just completely annihilated the professional guild's headquarters, murdering 45 people, including this guy Pai Chi and his 9-year-old daughter. Our protagonist's face goes dark and he mutters that these bastards are straight up animals for not even sparing a kid. Like you have to be a special kind of evil to cross that line. He grabs his jacket and his brain starts connecting the dots. Wait, all these murders happened right after he got that mysterious letter? Yeah, that's not a coincidence. Walking out of his apartment, Lulu's thinking he needs to find a new place to crash. But here's the thing, our boy's got that spider sense tingling, feeling like someone's tailing him. So he switched taxis multiple times, walked in circles around the city, and basically did everything possible to throw off whoever might be following him. After playing 4D chess with his potential stalkers, he finally ends up in front of a real estate agency. A girl opens the door and asks if he's apartment hunting, and our boy confirms. A lady with a specially big heart receives him and she immediately starts her sales pitch, describing this perfect place she thinks would suit him, then asks if he wants to check it out right now. Luo's like, yeah, let's do it. Fast forward a bit, and they're standing in this house in the Shioding community. The agent's going on about all the advantages, good neighborhood, convenient location, all that real estate agent stuff. Our protagonist walks around, checking the place out, and after a quick look decides, alright, I'll take it. The agent's eyes light up like she just won the lottery, and she immediately starts talking contracts and paperwork. Right then, his phone rings. It's Sujin Yan asking if they're still teaming up to clear the third world together. She also mentions she's already rented a place and will send him his share of the money. Cut to Luo standing in his new apartment, mentally preparing himself to dive back into the alternate world. A few moments later, both of them are standing face to face in the safe zone. The first thing he sees is that a few random players walk up and start trying to poach Sujin for their team, basically telling her she should ditch Luo since he's just a low-level scrub holding her back. But before anyone can throw hands, Yao appears out of nowhere, grabs one of these clowns by the collar, and starts yelling at them for disrespecting our protagonist. Behind him, Xiao Yao is suggesting they shouldn't start drama that might come back to bite Luo later. Luo Yao thinks about it for a second and realizes his buddy's right, so he lets the players go, but you can tell he wanted to deck them. Sujin's still feeling embarrassed and nervous about the whole situation. When Yao starts introducing his guild members, there's Xiao Yao, who's apparently a support class, and Shen Yi, who's their healer. They're basically offering to carry our boy through the dungeon, but Luo politely declines, saying he's good with just taking Sujin along. Now they start talking about Chen Tianqian, this apparently overpowered dude that nobody dares to mess with. But our protagonist getting those Suj vibes, thinking there's definitely something shady going on behind the scenes with this guy. Sujin's worried though, reminding Luo that he also had beef with Chen Jun before, which means he's probably on his hit list too. But our boy just tells her to chill, confidently saying he can handle whatever gets thrown at him. Meanwhile, Luo Yao and his guild members are standing there watching this whole interaction, and you can see the jealousy written all over their faces like, damn, why does Luo get all the attention? Suddenly our protagonist turns around and asks them if they're ready to go. They all shout yes in unison. Right on cue, a system window pops up asking Luo if he's really sure about challenging the third world boss. Our boy doesn't hesitate, he taps yes and boom, a massive portal tears open right in front of them. They step through the portal, and a system notification hits them in the face. Welcome to the Death God Descends world. Yao's looking around like, hey, doesn't look that scary, but then the sky just goes black. They look up, and there are literally thousands of bats flying overhead, and from the middle of that flying nightmare comes this absolutely massive boss monster. Lu Yao's face just drops. He realizes they're about to throw hands with the god of death himself, and this isn't going to be easy. Our boy Luo immediately pops his detect skill to check out boss's stats. After looking at the numbers, he's like, "Aight, this boss is definitely stronger than the last one, but with my 2 pets and this undead gear, we're good." The boss lets out this insane scream, and suddenly the ground starts splitting open as a dark skeleton king, and a whole army of skeleton warriors start crawling out. Luo doesn't even blink. He summons his pets and tells them to wipe out every monster they see. Then he just casually launches a flaming missile, and deletes a massive group of enemies in one shot. Shoni's standing there with her jaw on the floor, completely losing it, that our boy just obliterated an entire squad with one attack while everyone else is out here struggling to kill a single skeleton warrior. Now Luo breaks down the plan. He's going to 1v1 the boss while everyone else clears the trash mobs. He also tells Luo to park his ass somewhere safe, since the dude's got 0 revives left and literally can't afford to die. Sujinga and Sheni are hyping Luo up, but then Shonya looks around confused like, yo, where's Guildmaster Yao? The camera cuts to Luo hiding behind a rock in the distance, yelling that he's going to protect himself by staying as far as hell away from the fight. Back to our boy, and he's thinking how his new pet is clutch for this boss fight. While the skeleton warrior pet handles crowd control on the smaller enemies, our boy charges straight at the god of death. The dark skeleton lands a nasty hit right to Kaiser's face, and Shani's freaking out, screaming that even a level 30 boss is getting absolutely destroyed by Luo's pet like it's nothing. Meanwhile, our protagonist also going crazy on the boss, landing hit after hit. Their combined beatdown keeps shocking Shame, while Xiaoyao is trying to stay focused, reminding herself to keep healing. The fight goes on for several minutes back and forth, trading blows until finally Luo lands the finishing strike and deletes the boss from existence. The system immediately congratulates the whole team for beating the boss, and everyone goes nuts celebrating since they're literally the first team to ever clear the third world. Luo tells Sujin and Yao they should camp out in the third world for a few more days to grind levels, which will make the fourth world way easier when they have to face those monsters. Both of them agree it's a good plan and decide to stay longer. Fast forward a bit and our protagonist is back in his apartment, ready to knock out before diving into the fourth world. He walks in without turning on the lights and heads straight for his bed, just wanting to pass out. But then he feels something. His hand touches something squishy and he freezes. There's someone else in his bed. Our boy jumps up in complete shock and holy hell, the scene before him was enough to make any grown man happy. Probably their little buddy too. But nah, this idiot instead of enjoying it, so our boy immediately dips out of the room and speed dials his realtor asking, yo, what the hell is this place supposed to be shared or something? And this woman has the audacity to act like she told him about this beforehand, straight up gaslighting him. Our protagonist is sitting there like, I know damn well you never mentioned a roommate, but instead of apologizing like a normal person, she flips it on him, going full Karen mode, screaming about how her team worked their asses off, finding him this apartment, and now he's got the nerve to complain when he never said he didn't want a roommate. Our boy's just standing there having an existential crisis like, hold up, so somehow this became my fault. He tells her to find him a new place ASAP. She agrees but makes it clear it's going to take some time. Still standing by the door where the girl passed out cold, Luo pulls out that invitation letter he got earlier for the tournament. It's for the 100th professional competition game, happening in 2 weeks, and man is locked in, See, in his previous life, he died before he could ever make it big. So this time around, he's determined to compete and actually make a name for himself. The only problem? He needs to hit level 30 first if he wants to qualify for the Pro League. And since he can't stay here because of the lady, he decided to hit up the alternate world. As he was about to step into the portal, his phone buzzed with a text from Yao asking for a favor. Meanwhile, in the third world called Shadowland, Yao's standing there with 3 girls who are absolutely roasting him, asking if he can actually pull this off because he doesn't look capable at all. Yao's trying to save face, confidently saying even if he can't handle it, his big bro definitely can. Right on cue, Lu materializes into the alternate world, and these girls immediately start judging him because he's a beast tamer, apparently the most trash class in their eyes. Yao's practically on his knees begging our boy to join the team and help them out. Lu just laughs, calling him out like, bro, you're really doing all this just to impress some girls? Then Yao explains the actual quest they need to smoke the level 27 skeleton boss. The thing is, Yao already sent his guys in there, and they all got absolutely demolished, so Lu is literally their last hope. Walking into the boss skeleton zone, our hero tells the group to wait outside, but these girls keep running their mouths, convinced he's all bark and no bite. Literally 3 minutes later, our protagonist casually strolls back out from the exit. One of the girls immediately assumes he got his ass handed to him and rage quit. Lu tells Yao the monster's handled, and says he's gotta bounce for other stuff. Yao's out here hyping up our hero like he's his personal hype man, while the girls frantically check their system notifications, absolutely shook that he cleared the boss that fast. After confirming the quest's actually complete, 2 of them start sweet-talking Yao, who reminds them about their little bet they promised to be his girlfriends for 7 days if Lu could pull it off. But the third girl tries to make a run for it, because she's clearly more interested in Luo than honoring any bet. Yao catches her, and she's begging him to let her go. A bit later, this girl shows up behind our boy and calls him Asura, the name our hero used in his previous life. Lu is internally freaking out, but tries to play it cool, saying, nah, Asura died 100 years ago, but this girl isn't buying it. She insists he didn't die because he is Asura, standing right in front of her. That's when it clicks for him. She's the one who sent that mysterious letter. Our boy immediately grabs her by the neck, demanding to know who the hell she is and how she knows about him. The girl's playing hardball though, saying she'll only spill the tea once he does something for her first. This just pisses our protagonist off even more. She's begging now, swearing she won't tell anyone his identity. And even though he's seriously considering just eliminating her right there to keep his secret safe, he holds back. He needs to know who's really pulling the strings behind all this. He asks what she wants, and the girl drops her request. She needs our boy to carry her through the Pro League competition. So the girl's explaining that all she needs is for him to carry her through the city prelims, and after that she'll spill all the tea. Our boy's like, wait, you're just doing this tournament for the money? And yeah, money's part of it, but homegirl says the real reason is to prove herself. As he was walking away, Luo told her to first hit level 30. The girl gets all excited, promising to message him the second she hits 30. When she starts following him like a lost puppy, Luo has to spell it out, only contact me when it's time to sign up. That's it. Don't text me, don't call me, and don't even think about me. After ditching her, our protagonist enters the 4th world, Dragon Valley, and spawns in the Temple of Light safe zone. This place is packed, because players from both Linhai and Gan City share the same spawn point. Now here's the deal with this world. He's got to complete 2 main quests, kill at least 3 different Lord-class Dark Dragons, and gain level 5 trust from 1 dragon. Only then can he fight the final boss. Plus, once he hits level 30, he unlocks another pet slot, which means he could snag himself a flying dragon. Our boy's hyped and ready to grind, so he heads into the Dark Mountains with his pets, and they start absolutely demolishing dragons left and right, while his pets are handling business. Luo's over here doing research on dragon weaknesses. Then suddenly he hears some weird noises, looks up and sees a whole damn swarm of flying dragons heading straight for him. Our boy's thinking, yo, this hidden quest never triggered in my past life. What the hell is happening? He quickly levels up and tells his pets to throw hands. But plot twist, the black dragons and light dragons start fighting each other instead, and since the black dragons are getting bodied, Luo only has to worry about the light dragons now. Then things get spicy. A level 35 boss monster locks onto him and charges, but his pet jumps in front, tanking the hit. Our protagonist realizes there are 3 of these level 35 dragons, and he's starting to think his respawn point's about to get real familiar. That's when one of the Lord Dragons starts talking, saying it's going to kill him. Luo's standing there like, hold up, since when do y'all speak? The dragon then hits him with an ultimatum. Ditch the Light Clan and join the Dark Clan, or get deleted right here, right now. So now standing there, Luo is thinking how if he refuses, these monsters are going to kill him, meaning he's losing level 2, which he absolutely cannot afford. With 0 options, our boy has to accept. The Dark Dragon opens a portal and tells him to step through. On the other side, Luo finds himself in this ominous dark hall. Not a safe zone, but a log-in, log-out, and respawn point. Standing there is this Dark Dragon Knight named Goya, who welcomes him to the Dark Clan. A notification pops up asking if he wants to join, and then a second one appears informing him that he's lost a level because the hidden quest timer ran out. Now done with the initial introductions, Goya immediately gives him his first assignment, go kill light dragons to prove his loyalty. So now Luo's forced to hunt the light clan. Right then he gets a text from the girl he met earlier begging for help. Our boy hits her with the nah, but she refuses to take no for an answer, saying she'll tell him something about Asura if he helps. That gets his attention, so he fast travels back to the third world, where she's waiting alone in the city of death, looking all desperate. She explains that right before the quest, her friends ditched her, and with only half a day left, she had no choice but to hit him up. Luo doesn't care about the sob story. He just wants to finish the quest and bounce. Then out of nowhere Sujin shows up. She sees our boy and is like, wait, what are you doing here? Then she notices the girl he's with, and homegirl's panic levels go from 0 to 100 real quick. She blurts out that she's Luo's cousin, Ning Tian, because they have to keep this whole arrangement secret. Sujin gets all excited seeing Luo's cousin, and asks to join the quest, and now our boy's stuck in this awkward 3-person party. Fast forward and Luo and Jin are tag-teaming zombies while Tian's watching from the sidelines feeling useless. She's comparing herself to Sujin, thinking damn she's cracked at this game and I'm just here collecting participation points. While she was finishing the quest, some of her friends saw her and snitched to brother Dai that his girlfriend's out here playing co-op with another dude. Meanwhile, Ning Tian's thanking both of them for the carry. Once Sujin dips, our boy immediately corners Tian about the Asura secret. She told our boy that Asura is living in Linhai City at the Shua Elegance community. Luo's standing there like, how the hell do you know all this? And immediately orders his pet to attack her. His skeleton monster starts choking her out, and not in a fun kind of way, and she's struggling to speak, gasping that she'll explain everything after the competition. Luo realizes this girl's smart enough to use information as leverage, so he tells his pet to let her go. She drops to the ground coughing and gasping for air. He gives her one final warning that's basically a threat wrapped in casual conversation. Only hit me up after you reach level 30. And trust me, deleting your account would be very easy for me if you don't listen. Ling Tian, still recovering from nearly getting her windpipe crushed, promises the secret stays between them and swears on everything no one else will find out. But Luo is still paranoid about how she knows where he lives, so he's thinking it might be time to apartment hunt again. Meanwhile, in the fourth world, this dude named God of War is scrolling through text messages sent by Tian's friends, and it's pretty obvious he's the mysterious boyfriend who's now absolutely livid that she cheated on him. Some guy standing beside him is being a total instigator, saying no one's worthy enough to steal the vice leader's girlfriend and really pouring gasoline on that fire. So far, all they know is that the man Tamyu was seen with is a beast tamer with a pet skeleton king, but his actual identity is still a mystery. Since they're currently on a mission, the vice leader decides to put his relationship drama on the back burner for now, and orders his guild members to focus on wiping out all the dark dragons first. Right then, this shadowy figure emerges from the smoke looking all dramatic. As they're squinting trying to figure out who it is, they realize it's our boy standing there with his back turned. The vice leader immediately starts power tripping, declaring that he rules this place and that Luo should bow down and serve under him. When our hero turns around, the whole group is absolutely shook, seeing a new face, finding it hard to believe someone could speedrun the third world that fast. Tian's boyfriend locks eyes with our protagonist and warns him not to go against the God of War guild. Our hero, not really knowing much about this guild and not trying to start beef just yet, since he's got other quests to grind, thinks it's best to just dip. As he starts walking away, the vice leader gets so mad he's about to throw hands, but his own guild members have to physically hold him back, trying to calm this man down before he does something stupid. Now they're all gossiping about Luo, doubting that a beast tamer could have cleared the world that quickly and assuming he must be some top-tier player from Linhai City, since Linhai and their own city are connected in the fourth world. Looking at his next mission, the vice leader says he's definitely killing Luo next time. The mission is a hidden opportunity with a solo boss fight against the corpse dragon. He tells his guild members to help him take it down. After traveling for a bit, they reach the dragon's lair and charge in like they own the place. The vice leader is feeling himself, confident he can smoke these dragons easily. But then suddenly someone standing right in front of the dark dragon attacks him, and this man is in complete disbelief. Luo emerges from the smoke declaring that the boss dragon belongs to him. It becomes crystal clear real quick that this is about to be a problem because both of them want the boss. The vice leader orders one of his lackeys to finish our boy off, but Luo absolutely demolishes him with a single attack. The vice leader can barely process that a level 24 player just got one shot like that, but then something catches his attention. The boss dragon standing next to our protagonist isn't attacking him at all, which is mad sus. Turns out our hero's actual quest is to protect the corpse dragon from these guys, which is honestly hilarious. Moving forward, Luo summons his skeleton king, and the vice leader's brain finally catches up. This is the guy Tien cheated on him with. You can practically see the rage building. Meanwhile, our hero is locked in and determined to complete this quest, especially after fumbling the last one. Man's not about to take another L. Seeing our boy all confident, this bastard gets mad. Man's having a full-blown meltdown because in his head, this dude just stole both his girl and his dragon in the same day. So naturally, he does what any rage-quitting toxic gamer would do and starts screaming at his guild members, ordering his boys to delete our protagonist from existence. Now here's the thing. These poor bastards are already getting their asses handed to them by the dragon, barely surviving, and now they have to deal with this mysterious cracked player who just spawned in like a raid boss? Yeah, these guys are cooked. Our boy Luo starts picking off War Guild members one by one soon. Bodies started dropping left and right, and the vice leader finally realized how screwed he was. He swallows his pride and tells his remaining boys to retreat and regroup, promising they'll come back with the full main forces for round 2, because clearly this small squad wasn't cutting it. Now Luo remembers the quest requirements he's got to hold out for 24 hours, so he knows damn well these guys are coming back, probably with their entire Discord server this time. He's like, alright bet, time to dig in and prep for actual war. Then our boy starts thinking about what the vice leader said earlier, that whole stealing his woman accusation, and he's genuinely confused as hell. He's sitting there like, bro, what woman? I don't even know what you're talking about. Afterwards, he sends a message to his homie Yao asking for the tea on this war guild. Who are these guys really? Yao hits him back with the intel. These dudes are ranked 2nd in the entire Jining province. And Lu just casually replies, yeah, I just fought them. After doing his research, our protagonist realizes that even though he's built different, he's going to need actual backup for this one, because at this point it's a given that they're bringing the whole squad next time. He tells the dragon to hold down the fort, and dips to recruit some reinforcements. Meanwhile, back in the third world, Sujin finds out that Luo is out here 1v20ing the War Guild solo, and she immediately starts panicking. She's actually worried about our boy. Cut to our protagonist standing in this ominous dark hall in front of leader Goya, straight up asking for help. And to his complete surprise, Goya doesn't even hesitate, and immediately agrees to help. Seeing this, Luo is genuinely shocked because the Light Clan, you know, the so-called good guys who are supposed to help people, never help the players. But the Dark Clan? These guys are out here offering backup with zero hesitation. So without wasting a single second, he explains the whole situation. The Corpse Dragon protection quest, the incoming mega raid, all of it. Goya puts a hand on his shoulder, all dramatic and mentor-like, promising they'll make sure he completes the quest like it's a blood oath. Right then, Luo gets an emergency notification flashing on his screen. The Corpse Dragon is under attack right now, and he needs to get back ASAP before it gets deleted. He teleports back immediately while Goya is standing there dramatically declaring, "Darkness will always be there to support you." Back at the Corpse Dragon zone, it's absolute chaos. The main forces have arrived with what looks like half the server, and they're going all in on that dragon. Multiple players are charging in with swords drawn, abilities flying everywhere, when our protagonist literally materializes out of thin air and starts counterattacking. The vice leader spots Luo and immediately starts screaming for the armed forces to focus fire on him. Our boy summons his pets and gives them one last chance, retreat now, or you're all getting permanently deleted. But nah, these idiots were dead set on dying. One of the idiots, this lightning mage, thought he could solo our boy and ordered his goons to focus on the dragon. Then he launched his first attack at Luo, but our boy's pet just casually blocked it. Kian's standing there in complete disbelief, his jaw on the floor thinking, how the hell is a beast tamer this strong? My attacks aren't doing anything. Just then the skeleton comes rushing at him. He dodges his blow, and by now one thing is clear to him, that he can't engage in a direct battle. But before he could think of a plan, Luce attacks him with a fireball, so he quickly whips out a shield spell, thinking to himself, how is a single dude pushing me this far? So this man decided to do what every third-rate villain does when reality isn't going their way. He completely ignores the reality and throws a full-blown tantrum. He's screaming about how he won't back down, how he's the legendary lightning mage, the god of war, and all this dramatic nonsense. Our boy just looks at him and says, bro, put these foolish ambitions to rest. Even if you and your entire guild throw everything you've got at me, you're not winning this fight. And right as he finishes that sentence, a massive swarm of dark dragons appears in the sky. Yeah, this is the backup our hero called in earlier. Seeing all these dragons roll up, Tamien's face goes pale, and our protagonist is just sitting there grinning like, so y'all still want to keep fighting, or? Tamien takes one look at the situation, does the mental math, and orders the war guild to retreat. The vice leader's standing there in complete shock because this is a hidden quest. He absolutely cannot afford to lose. But the guild leader's not about to let his whole squad get massacred just for some quest rewards. Then Tamien starts piecing things together. Why aren't the Corpse Dragon and Lord Dragons attacking the Beast Tamer? It finally clicks that Lu is here to protect them, which means completing their quest is literally impossible now. The vice leader eventually agrees to retreat, but Chen makes sure to hit our boy with the classic villain line, "We'll definitely meet again." Meanwhile, the vice leader's still absolutely fuming at our protagonist because of the whole misunderstandings friends caused. Man's got beef over something that isn't even real. Fast forward 24 hours and the quest complete. All the dragons are sprawled out on the ground resting, and Luo's just chilling on top of one like it's a damn couch. The system notification pops up, congratulating him on successfully finishing the quest. Our boy pets the corpse dragon and tells it, "Alright, you're free to go now." As all the dragons take off into the sky, Luo checks out his rewards. His trust level with the Dark Clan jumped to level 3, which is clutch. With these new rewards, he can easily upgrade his pets, and his next goal is hitting level 30 to unlock that second pet slot. Plus, he's saving the rare rewards for later, because our boy's playing the long game. Right then, he gets a message from someone begging for help, and he's like, might as well check it out. Cut to the City of Destruction, where it turns out the message was actually sent by Tian's boyfriend as a trap. Homeboy's standing there thinking our protagonist probably won't even show up. Mid-conversation, Luo just materializes out of nowhere, and they're all standing there like, wait, he actually came? The vice leader immediately calls for the main forces while walking toward our boy, declaring, we're definitely killing you today. But Luo is not even paying attention to their threats. He just looks at the vice leader confused and asks, yo, why do you keep saying I'm stealing your woman? I literally don't know what you're talking about. This just makes the vice leader even more mad because now he looks stupid. Then the bigger idiots show up too. He tells the vice leader to chill out, saying he'll handle our hero himself. Then this man has the audacity to offer our protagonist a spot in his guild, which absolutely pisses him off. Chen extends his hand like they're about to shake on it, and Luo just smirks and says, you're underestimating me. Chen's expression changes completely and he's like, wait, are you seriously challenging us as enemies right now? Suddenly someone yells from behind them, don't mess with Luo. Everyone whips around and there's Luo Yao with his Supreme Guild homies posted up on one side, and Sujin's got her whole Misty Pavilion crew on the other. Both squads are basically saying, try us to anyone who even thinks about touching Luo. The vice leader's just standing there looking nervous as hell, while Teen tries putting on his big boy pants, talking about don't mess with us. We're second place in the province. Yao straight up laughs in his face and goes, bro, I'm better looking and richer than you. Then Sujin Yan steps up, looking absolutely ready to catch a murder charge, warning everyone that if they so much as breathe on our boy wrong, she'll personally show them what Misty Pavilion's all about. The War Guild vice leader's doing some quick math in his head like, we can still take them, we rank higher, but TM actually uses his brain for once and is like, bro, we should not fight right now. The vice leader's still on his tough guy BS though, really wanting that smoke. That's when Tian hits him with the reality check. The professional competition's coming up soon, so starting beef over this petty crap is just dumb. Even the vice leader has to admit that's straight facts and apologizes for not thinking it through. He's also low-key wondering what kind of connections our protagonist has if two whole guilds are ready to square up for him. Meanwhile, Tian's still plotting on how to recruit Lu for himself. Once the War Guild finally bounces, Lu Yao immediately turns to our hero, asking if he's good. Lu Yao's like, yeah, I'm fine. But Sujin is still pissed about the whole thing. Then our protagonist asks the obvious question. Wait, why are you guys even here? And both Sujin and Yao blurt out at the exact same time. Join my guild. They both freeze, lock eyes, and immediately start beefing over which guild Luo should pick. It turns into a straight-up bidding war. Sujin Yan's throwing out name any salary you want, literally whatever, while Yao's over here promising I'll hook you up with different girls every day. Sujin absolutely loses her mind and screams at Yao for being shameless, but this man doubles down like, look, it's just what guys want. And joining Misty Pavilion isn't going to fulfill that. Sujin's so frustrated she just screams out, I can fulfill all his desires. The second those words leave her mouth, she realizes what she just said and starts frantically backtracking while Lu and Yao are just standing there in dead silence staring at her. In the end, our protagonist rejects both of them, saying he's just focused on leveling up right now. He walks off, leaving these two guild leaders just standing there. They're watching him go when they notice he's heading in the completely wrong direction. Cut to the real world where Ningtian's boyfriend is doing research on the Dark Clan. When he finds out Luo joined them, he discovers there's this hidden quest tied to the Dark Clan that's supposed to be so insanely hard that nobody even bothered attempting it because everyone thought it was fake. His eyes light up like, this is how I finally beat Luo. Back in the game, Sujin, Yao, and a bunch of other players are trying to calm down this divine dragon that's absolutely losing its mind because someone stole its egg. Then they look back and see our hero just casually chilling there, meaning he's here for the quest too. They're like, yo, want to team up to fight the dark dragons? But Luo's like, nah, my mission is actually to fight the light dragons, which confuses the absolute hell out of everyone. That's when they spot a level 35 light dragon in the sky looking mad as hell, probably about those missing eggs. Since Sujin and Yao weren't involved in the egg heist, they're like, not our problem, lol. But then the light dragon starts attacking our protagonist specifically. Meanwhile, Sujin and Yao are still completely in the dark about what's happening, trying their best to calm down this pissed off divine dragon. Meanwhile, Lu is standing there with his shield up thinking he's safe. But nope, he still eats 2720 HP worth of damage like it's nothing. The dragon's absolutely relentless, just going full berserker mode, and eventually Lua's shield literally explodes into pieces, forcing our boy to backpedal real quick. Everyone's standing around scratching their heads like, yo, why does this dragon have such a personal vendetta against this guy specifically? But dragons can literally smell their own eggs, so it's painfully obvious who the egg thief is. Luis Lidio's brain finally catches up, and he gets super excited putting the pieces together, while Lu is over here trying to gaslight everyone like, what? Me? Steal eggs? Never heard of her. Which, by the way, makes him look even more guilty since the dragon is literally only trying to murder him and ignoring everyone else. Maybe the dragon's picking up on something else too, like the fact that our boy is actually part of the Dark Clan. Either way, Lu is not taking chances, and immediately summons his whole pet squad to body block for him. But these attacks are chunking their HP bars so hard that it's becoming crystal clear. If this fight goes on much longer, our protagonist is going to be dragon food. But it turns out this entire mess was a setup by the vice president of the War Guild. Sujin and Yao both start screaming orders at their guild members to help our boy out. Sujin's fully convinced Lua would never do something like this, so she tries reasoning with the light dragon, appealing to its sense of justice or whatever. But the dragon's not having it, and basically says, "Show me proof he's innocent, or I'm killing everyone here." And just when things couldn't get more intense, Ning Tian swoops in like the MVP she is, telling the dragon that she can prove our protagonist's innocence. Her boyfriend watching this unfold is seething. Tian Ning whips out an image crystal and plays the actual footage of the real egg thief. And surprise, surprise, it's Vice President Wu of the War Guild, caught in 4K stealing those eggs. She points dramatically at where he's standing on a cliff with his crew, and Wu Di immediately starts losing his mind, screaming at her for exposing him. The light dragon, now knowing the truth, flies straight over to Wu and his group and demands to know where the eggs are. These guys are shaking in their boots because they already sold them. The dragon, absolutely furious, just straight up deletes them on the spot, then pieces out. Sujin rushes over to thank Tian Ning, saying they'd all be dead without her clutch save. Tian's just happy she could finally be useful for once. But our hero? He's got that revenge look in his eyes now, declaring he's about to hunt down every single War Guild member who had a hand in this mess. Cut to the God of War Guild headquarters in Jiong City, where some members are frantically reporting that Vice President Wu and his squad are getting chased by an angry divine dragon. While Luo's out here going full assassin mode, picking off War Guild members one by one, they report all this to their leader Tian, who doesn't even blink. He just orders his men to lock down the fourth world. Nobody gets in, and everyone involved in the egg theft gets kicked out immediately. But then this one dude standing nearby is like, boss, maybe we should think this through. The professional competition is literally about to start. Lin Tan doesn't give a single damn though. He doubles down, ordering them to start recruiting new guild members to replace the trash they're kicking out, then casually drops the bombshell that he'll personally handle that beast tamer himself. Meanwhile, back in the real world, our boy gets a call from his realtor asking if he wants to check out a new apartment nearby. Luo's like, yeah, sure, I'll swing by later today. Cut to some delivery guy standing outside an apartment door. He knocks, and when Ning Tian opens up, the homegirl's face goes white as a ghost because this delivery man is actually Wu Di in disguise. She immediately tries to slam the door in his face, but Wu catches it with one hand like it's nothing and forces his way inside, saying there's no way in hell she's getting away from him. Ning's backing up, scared out of her mind, asking what the hell he wants from her. Wu starts losing it, screaming that she got him kicked out of the guild and completely destroyed his career, and now she has the audacity to join the league with that beast tamer. Ning tries to explain she's not hooking up with Luz, and was literally just trying to stop an innocent dude from getting eaten by a dragon, but Wu's too pissed off to hear any of it, without even letting her finish. This absolute psycho lunges at her, slamming her onto the bed and pinning her down. Ning is screaming for help, tears pouring down her face, and just when you think this is about to turn into a completely different kind of manhwa, a hand grabs Hua by the collar and launches him across the room like a rag doll. And who shows up? Our boy Luo with the clutch save. Perfect timing as always. The second Ningen sees him, she runs over crying and hugs him tight. Hua, watching this whole thing, looks like he's about to pop a blood vessel from pure rage. Ningen's desperately trying to tell Hua she has nothing to do with Luo, but this man's not listening. He charges at her again, screaming he's going to kill her. But Luo's not having any of that. He hits Hua with a solid strike to the back, then follows up with a punch straight to the face that sends this dude eating floor, blood gushing from his nose and mouth. As Ningen tries again to explain her relationship with Luo, our boy cuts her off, saying he doesn't give a damn about all that, he just heard some crazy noise and came to check it out. But now he's realizing she's the one living next door to him, and there's no way that's just random, so he's like, okay, what's really going on here? She explains she only saw him there once before meeting him in the alternate world. Luo was confused as hell about why she keeps calling him Asura. Ninja reveals she saw that name on some letter that got delivered to him once. She pulls out the letter, and it turns out it's about the professional competition. Our boy's starting to trust her a bit more now, but he's determined to figure out who the hell sent that letter. After leaving her apartment, he hands it back, telling her to keep it. Ningzher begs him to let her crash at his place, since Wu now knows where she lives, but Luo tries to refuse at first. She keeps pleading though, saying she's got nowhere else to go, and she's basically flat broke. Remembering how she saved his ass with that dragon footage, Luo transfers her 100,000 won, his bonus from the city tournament, and tells her she doesn't need to pay it back. As he's walking down the stairs, Ningzher's talking to herself all sad like nobody likes a freeloader and a loser like me. Cut to our boy standing before leader Goya, and it's obvious he's finally earned the Dark Clan's complete trust. Goya's promising him some special task with rare rewards. Plus, Luo just hit level 30 and he's thinking about doing a job change before taking on any new quests. The scene shifts. Our boy enters the test area with his loyal skeleton buddy in tow. Just then, a system window pops up telling him about the trial rules, and then another one appears saying if he dies, he's losing 3 levels. Luo takes a look around and goes, so this is the Necromancer job advancement quest. Way different than what I expected. Now, without wasting a single second, Luo pulls up the map, checks where he needs to go, and tells the Skeleton King to follow him. They take a few steps, and a hand comes out with the reminder to like the video and help Mamoru to make juicy content and activate that cheeky little bell, and I'm out.